Carpenter has done a nice job this year. Will set to kick the football off from left to right as you gaze into your radio dial or perhaps computer screen on our Tribe Athletics TV broadcast. I'd like to thank our camera operators today, Chandler Agate, Connor Doherty, Ron Houston, Tony Vaughn, and of course producer-director Jeff Herrick down in the depths of our studio here at the Zabel Stadium. Misty day, but as the game begins, looks like it may have dissipated a bit, not raining at game time, and this one is underway. High end over end, and it is returnable at the 2-yard line. Out to the 10, 15, right side of the 20-yard line, out to the 22-yard line. Scampers number 22, as a matter of fact, Ron Moore, and the Quakers come out offensively with that outstanding quarterback, Billy Ragone. Some of his numbers are kind of gaudy. He wears number 10, but that's not the gaudy number I'm talking about. 6,000 total yards he's been responsible for in a Quaker uniform, which ranks him 6th in total offense all time, and they've been playing a football a long time at Pennsylvania. Quarterback number 10, Billy Ragone, the 6'1", 215-pound senior out of Cheshire, Connecticut. Shotgun formation, man behind him. He will fake a throw and then hand off to the right side. That's Brandon Colavita, and he'll get across the 25 and out to the 27-yard line. Pardon me, they say Colsar actually got that football. Looked like Colavita from here. Jerome Copeland made the stop. Jerome having a fine year. You know, sometimes I think he makes so many tackles we get tired of calling his name, but he still leads the club in tackles.
It leads the club and the CAA amongst all DBs for tackles.
Second down, 4 to go. Ragone this time will go under center. Chris Bush fakes the handoff, roll out to the left side, throwing that left hand to the big tight end complete near the first down marker at the 34-yard line. Ryan O'Malley, the tight end out of Summit, New Jersey, he's a big target at 6'6", and they'll move the chains for the first time today for the Penn Quakers. About a 6-yard pickup. 1st and 10 at the 34. Tribe with 4 down linemen. Tyler Clater, one of those. Mike Riley. Jasper Coleman, he's popped on 2 fumbles already this year, having a good season. Coming in from the right side is Ryan Smith, showing a blitz from the right. Ragone, the quarterback, he'll have a delayed handoff, and they get him behind the line of scrimmage. The running back had nowhere to go. Big Tyler Clater, one of those guys that surrounded the running back. Mike Riley, the other one. Well, they say no gain. He did get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down and 10. Eric Green also on the stop.
We mentioned a lot about Eric Green this year. He has 2 interceptions. One of the top guys with tackles, playing a real nice job at outside linebacker.
Fullback to the near side, Matt Schwartz. Quarterback Ragone on a 2nd down and 10. Man in motion. And he will hand the football off again up the middle, and again it's going to be Spencer Colsar. Colsar gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then it's Gang Green tackling over the 35 and the 36. Nice job by Eric Green. Jared Velasquez, who's already been in on a couple of tackles today. Gain of 1.5 yards, maybe 2. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Quakers. Quick huddle. Ryan Mitchell to the near side. He's one of their top receivers for the Quakers. 3 receivers to the far side. Shotgun formation. Ragone back to pass. The southpaw has the ball knocked away from his hand. Tribe will pick up that football. Nice play defensively. Running down to is Steven Sinnott, all the way down to the 12-yard line, and the Tribe has forced the first turnover of the day. Mike Riley got to that football. Steven Sinnott picked it up, and the Tribe was off to the races. Great start for the Tribe D.
That's what you like to see, Jay. I mean, one of those things, it's a hard rush. It's a 3rd and long. The defensive end, you kind of pull back and just run as hard as you can. That's what Mike Riley was doing last year against these guys. He had 2.5 sacks. That was a career best for him, and he comes up big early.
How about that young man who did not play last week, the 6'4" junior from Lansdale, Pennsylvania, making his presence known early. Tribe offense on the field. 2 receivers to the far side. Mike Graham under center. Matt Crisafi slot to the right side of the football field. Now Trey McBride also in the slot to the left. Hand off to Abdul Sabor inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Hard charging. Mikel Abdul Sabor will get about 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Robert Asmar comes into the ball game for William and Mary, the tight end, maybe a double tight end set. Darnell Laws comes out. Two receivers to the far side, Trey McBride and Sean Ballard. Tight end Asmar set to the near. Quarterback with Abdul Sabor under center. Graham under center. Abdul Sabor in the backfield, and McKell will have the football. Nice cut back at the 5. He's got a first down to the 2-yard line, Mr. Official. Move those chains. The Tribe already in the red, hot and blue red zone. Sebastian Jakowski makes the stop, but not before a nice pickup by Abdul Sabor, and it's first and goal, green and gold. Trey McBride out of the ball game. Sean Ballard's out of the ball game. Jared Templeton is in. It's offensive tackle on the left side, so a little beef coming in. 5 linemen for the Tribe. First and goal at the 2. Hand off to Abdul Sabor, cutting it back to the left side, down to the 1, still on his feet inside the 1. Did he get in the end zone? No, says the official. Inside the 1, they'll place that football, and it'll be second down and goal. Well, Matt Merjanik, there was no doubt the Tribe was going to run that football as much beef as they had on the offensive line.
Yeah, 5 guys just on one side of the ball. That time I think McKell just mistimed his jump a little bit, left the ground a little early. Had he taken one more step on the ground, I think he would have fallen in the end zone. Right now he's about 6 inches shy of the goal line.
Mikel Abdul Sabor is the running back. Got a fullback up front. Mikel Abdul Sabor has the football. He's back at the 2-yard line and falls down at the 1. Again, Jaskowski, the free safety, comes up and makes the stop. He had 11 tackles last year versus William & Mary up in Philly at Franklin Field, where the Tribe won that game in the waning moments. But now the Quakers have put it up quite a goal line stand. It's now third down and goal from the 2-yard line.
Well, there was some question about the Quakers defensive line coming into this season. They're very young. However, they've got 4 sacks, and they're proven that they can play right now.
A bunched up offensive line, a man in motion from left to right. That's Bo Revel, the tight end. They'll move it to the right side of the football, and getting into the end zone, Abdul Sabor, touchdown William & Mary. Touchdown green and gold. Mikel Abdul Sabor with his 4th touchdown of the year, and the Tribe on top at the 10-17 mark of the first quarter, thanks to a defensive play, giving them great field position by Steven Sinnott.
Nice job there, too, by the Tribe offensive line, regaining composure and winning that battle up front, opening up the lane for Mikel to fall into the end zone, puts the Tribe on top.
So Mikel Abdul Sabor scores his 4th touchdown of his career, 4th this year as well. Brent Caprio to hold as John Carpenter attempts the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 10-17 remaining in the first quarter of play, the score, William & Mary 7 and Penn nothing. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network. Nothing, and Matt, you made a great point about that offensive line really coming together on that last play after being kind of shut down the first 2 plays, but they opened up a nice hole. Mikel Abdul Sabor did the rest.
They did. I mean, you got to give credit to credit's due. Mikel did a nice job, but as an offensive lineman, that's what you want. You want your number to be called. First and goal, second and goal, you fail, but third and goal, you're able to help him punch it in.
Here's the kick. Carpenter puts this one about 8 yards into the end zone, where the Penn Quaker running back will down the football, Spencer Colsar, and that'll bring up first and 10 at their own 25 as they get the ball for the second time this afternoon, they being the Penn Quakers out of the Ivy League. A lot of folks that are longtime Tribe fans love it when we play that Ivy League. Obviously, there's certainly William & Mary, outstanding academic institution. You figure the Ivy Leagues are also a bunch of academic athletes, and on this occasion, they picked the best team in the Ivy League to play the Penn Quakers. No team has won more Ivy League titles in the last 20 years.
The best team for sure, and by far. As you mentioned, yeah, I mean, 9 straight Ivy League titles.
Billy Ragone under center, tight end in motion from right to left. The snap and the handoff to the left side. Big hole for Colsar across the 30 out to the 35-yard line. Nose of the football over the 35. That should be a first down for the Quakers as they have nice blocking on the left side by Schweitzer and Zostak. Coming up making the play for Brian Stinney making the play. Brian Stinney playing this afternoon. That was a good note that Pete Clausen gave us before this ball game began. Stinney's been out for some injuries. The senior out of St. Anne's Belfield, Troy, Virginia, first and 10. On the run, Ragone the quarterback. The southpaw goes back to pass the football. Coleman giving chase, going to unload it, just to throws that ball into the stands as he was being chased by big number 90 Brian Stinney again. 2nd down and 10.
At that time, Jasper Coleman, the big defensive tackle, he got in past that Quaker offensive line so quickly, I think it kind of caught him off guard. He wasn't really sure what to do and thought maybe for a second there Billy Ragone didn't have the ball, and then realized he had it, forced Ragone to throw the ball away.
How tough is it for Ragone being a left-hander for the offensive lineman? Is it a little bit to get used to or not?
I don't think so.
All right, good point. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun formation for Ragone. Man in motion from left to right. Fullback Schwartz. Long count as he looks over the Tribe defense. Coming with a blitz. He throws back that way, complete. And that's an outstanding catch and grab by Ryan Mitchell. He knew he was going to get hit by none other than Jerome Copeland and Eric Green, and yet he hung onto the football, and they'll have a 1st down again for the Penn Quakers.
Ryan Mitchell, one of Ragone's favorite targets here. He actually is also in the Quaker record book. He's, I believe it's 12th all-time in receptions of anyone to wear a Quaker uniform.
Well, he's now caught passes in 14 consecutive games as well, so he is consistent. He's too far to the near side of the football field, and they'll hand off the football to Colsar. Good hole inside the 50, inside the 45, and all the way down to the 41-yard line. That time, Ryan Mitchell was the ball carrier. No, that was Colsar, pardon me. All the way down to the 41-yard line, 1st and 10, Penn. Tribe leading 7-0, forcing a quarterback a fumble. Steven Sinnott, Mike Riley combining. Sinnott picking up the fumble. 1st and 10. Tribe moving from right to left. They'll throw it downfield, and I think Ryan Mitchell was breaking to the right, and he thought he was going to break to the left. Incomplete pass. Quincy September was down there on the coverage. 2nd down and 10. 8:44 remaining in the 1st quarter of play. William and Mary on top 7-0. Tyler Clater in. Eric Green coming out. 4 down linemen for the green and gold on 2nd down and 10. Ball marked to the 41-yard line. The Quakers into Tribe territory for the first time today, moving from right to left. That is the Wildcat handoff, rather a pitch back to Spencer Colsar, who is tackled quickly by Jared Velasquez. Boy, did he cut through that deep offensive line and get to what was the Wildcat quarterback very quickly.
That was a perfect play call. You got to give credit to Scott Boone, defensive coordinator, making that call. I mean, Velasquez executed it perfectly. Quakers were not aware of it. The offensive line didn't recognize it, and he went into the backfield untouched to make that tackle for a loss.
I think Jared's already been in 3 tackles here in the first half of the 1st quarter, having a great ball game. Free safety cornerback for the Tribe, rather. Ball batted down on 3rd down and 13. Those big defensive linemen comes up and makes the play. Quincy September coming from the linebacker spot, reached up beautifully. He's a great athlete anyway. Played some basketball in high school as well. 4th down and 14, and the Tribe defense is held.
Well, the Tribe defense, one of the best in the nation on 3rd downs, literally ranked 20th in the country, allowing only 32% of 3rd downs to be converted against them. Max
Kurakar will punt this one away. He's averaging around 38 yards per punt. It's a good snap, and he gets it away. A nice kick. Fair catch called for by Ballard, but that ball's going to bounce behind him and get into the end zone. Outstanding a kick by Kurakar, who's probably looking for a little help from his friends. I thought the Quakers were all around that football as it went into the end zone, and Cursor did really did a nice job, but the Tribe's going to get good field position.
They are. I mean, the Tribe lucked out there. I mean, I think it kind of that bounce. It took a what appeared to be a Quaker bounce as when the ball hit, it hit perfectly. It didn't bounce towards the end zone. It bounced sideways, and one of the Quakers just kind of let up a little bit and allowed it just that 1/10 of a second of hesitation. So it hit the end zone, and the Tribe's going to get the ball on the 20 rather than on the 2-yard line.
Big difference there, leading 7-0. 7:56 remaining in the 1st quarter. Tribe out offensively with Michael Graham under center, the 6'4", 224-pound senior, barking out the signals. One man behind him. He'll fake the handoff. That's McBride, the running back, and throwing downfield to Sean Ballard, and he just overthrew him inside the 45, nearly to the 40-yard line. That was nearly a perfectly thrown pass, and I think Sean might tell you that he should have maybe had a little bit better shot at that football, just not quite incomplete. 2nd and 10. Thomas was the cornerback on the play. Sean had him beat. 2nd down and 10. One man in the backfield. Man in motion from right to left. The snap to the quarterback, Graham, will hand off to McBride, and Keith trying to get to corner, gets across the 20 out to the 22-yard line. A hard-fought 2 or 3 yards for Keith McBride, the junior out of Collierville, Tennessee. They'll bring up second to make it 3rd down and long for William and Mary, and Trey McBride and Sean Ballard into the ball game for Christian Reeves and Kevin Hart coming out. Try breaking the huddle. Bo Revel, the tight end, set to the near side. Darnell Laws in the slot to the right. Wide to the right side is Trey McBride, and it looks like he's got one-on-one coverage over here. 3rd down, 7 to go. Graham back to pass, looking Trey's way, looking, and pocket collapses, and so does Mike Graham back at the 18-yard line. That is a quarterback sack. It'll bring up 4th and long, and the Tribe has been forced to punt it away. Austin taps and makes a nice play defensively as he gets to the quarterback just before I think he might have had somebody open.
The Quaker defense, they actually lead the Ivy League in sacks. That was their 12th sack of the year. As I mentioned before, there was some question about this defensive line. That's their 5th sack by a defensive lineman for the Quakers.
Andrew Guckin is deep for the Quakers. There's the snap. Carpenter gets it away. Wobbly kick. Guckin chasing it, backing up, bobbles the football, and he falls on it back at the 34-yard line. So that is where the Quakers will come out for the 2nd time, actually the 3rd time in the 1st quarter, trailing 7-0. They'll come out, decent field position, starts the drive on the left hash mark at the 33-yard line.
Well, at the quarterback club, John Carpenter has made a couple appearances this year, and he's doing all the kicking duties for the Tribe, and I think we got to see a little bit of what he's all about here. And one of the things he mentioned was the importance of hang time on his punts, and that's exactly what you're seeing right now. It allows the coverage to get down there, and it doesn't really give much for a kick return.
Quakers back on offense, man in motion. They'll hand the football off to Kolsar. Coming up making the play was Eric Green, as he'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. I mean, he may not have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Nice penetration so far today by that Tribe linebacking core, and obviously that means the defensive line is doing their job.
Well, when the defensive linemen, as you mentioned, do their job, that means they keep those big Quaker offensive linemen off the linebackers, and that's what we see when they're set up in a 4-3 defense. When we run with 4 down linemen, they're going to try to occupy as much space and as many bodies as they can to allow Luke Rhodes, Eric Green, and Quincy September run around and make plays.
Ryan Smith showing the blitz from the right side, 2nd and long. Ragone throws it out to the left side, complete to Ryan Mitchell, trying to break away, but he cannot do it. Ivan Tago grabs him and does not let go. That's another loss for the Quakers offense. It'll bring up 3rd down and 12.
That's recognition right there by Tago. That comes from watching film, being coached well throughout the week, seeing the formation, recognizing it as it starts to develop, and going to make the play in the backfield.
3rd down and 12 to go for the Quakers. 5:11 remaining in the 1st quarter. 7-0, William and Mary leading. Up to the line of scrimmage, the Quakers moving from right to left here in the 1st quarter of play. Ragone fakes the throw and a little bit of a delay. Hands off to Spencer Kolzar, who tries to skip away from would-be tackler. Gets away from one, but not the 2nd and 3rd. He gets out to the 40-yard line. It's a nice run of 7 yards, but the Tribe defense bends but does not break. It's 4th down and 3, and on comes the punting unit for Penn.
Well, that's what you want to see from the William Mary defense is force these 3 and outs. You get the 3rd down, the motto is get off the field and allow the offense to come on back out there, and that's what they're doing. Nice job so far by the Tribe defense.
Sean Ballard is deep for William and Mary. Max Cursor will punt this one away. As I mentioned, he's averaging around 38 yards per punt, and that's another beauty. It backs Sean up, and Sean is hit right as he catches the football. A flag goes down at the 19-yard line. I don't think the man coming up for Penn gave him enough room, and I thought it was Ian Dobbins, but it might have been Mason Smith, but one way or the other, it was a bump almost simultaneous to Sean catching the football.
Yeah, they're going to call kick catching interference here. I'd be shocked if they didn't.
And it is.
And that's what they did.
Well, that'll tack on some yards and give the Tribe a pretty good field position, leading at 7-0 here in the early going of this football game. Next weekend, the Tribe travels to Maine to take on the Black Bears. At game time next weekend, by the way, at 12:30. So we will have a noon start from Maine.
We'll get back nice and reasonable hour from coming from all the way up in Maine.
Trips to the far side of the football field. They bunch the receivers to the left side. Jerry Ujokwe, the left tackle over there. To the near side, Bo Ravel at tight end. Mikel Abdul-Sabor. And a flag goes down. Matt, you saw something. You almost threw the flag from here.
I did. I was throwing it at Trey McBride. It'll hold your water there. Hold on. Listen to the snap count. Off false start by Trey McBride there is going to cost the Tribe 5 yards.
All right. Well, that brings in Darnell Laws. We were talking about Darnell in the pregame before we went on there. He had a great game at West Virginia. To begin the year, caught 8 balls, has not caught and a touchdown, has not caught a catch since.
A lot of that had to do with the type of defense West Virginia was playing us.
1st and 15. 2 receivers to the far side. Darnell Laws in the H-back position to the right. Bo Revel, the tight end to the right side. Mike Graham gets the snap and hands off to Mikel Abdul-Sabor. Mikel hard charge it. 30, 33, out to the 34. Still on his feet across the 35 and out to the 36-yard line. Outstanding run by Mikel Abdul-Sabor. Dan Wilk comes up and makes the stop for Penn along with Tanner Thexton. But, I mean, you can't stop Mikel Abdul-Sabor with one man.
No, you cannot. Once he gets those legs churning, he's so powerful and so strong. That's one thing he really does well. His feet are always moving, so it always takes multiple guys to bring him down.
About an 8-yard pickup, bring up 2nd down and 7 to go for William and Mary. Wide to the far side is Sean Ballard. That's the far side of the football field. Trey McBride going to join him. He's in motion from right to left. Tight end set to the near side. Graham back to pass the football. Skipping out of the pocket, going to run it, but not very far. Big number 90, Alex Kahn, makes the not quite a quarterback sack. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, but it does make it tough on the Tribe offense. It's now 3rd down and 6.
I got to give credit to the Quaker defensive line. Although they're fairly young, they're doing a nice job forcing Graham to kind of run around a little bit, and I think some of that may be kind of a little anxiety coming back in from missing the last half. He took a nice hit against Nova to knock him out of the game, and he just needs to settle down a little bit and take what's given to him.
Sean Ballard and Trey McBride to the near side of the football field. 3rd down and 7, passing down perhaps. Graham back to pass the football in the pocket, now being chased and, clobbered. Big quarterback hit. Austin taps again, his 2nd quarterback sack of the afternoon. That'll bring up a 4th down and long, and on comes John Carpenter.
That time there, Austin just won the battle against the offensive lineman and just flat out beat the guy and hit the quarterback. That's something you don't want to have happen. And then William Mary needs to regather themselves on the sideline and figure out an answer for the defensive line of the Quakers.
It was a clean shot there on top of the defensive tackle. The 260-pounder landed right on top of Mike Graham, the quarterback for the Tribe. There's the snap, a little bit wobbly, but plenty of time, and he gets the kick away. Going back is Duncan out to the back to the 28-yard line, the 30, spin move of the 38-yard line, and nearly to the 40-yard line. Coming up, making the stop was Quincy September, the starting linebacker for the Tribe on those specialty units. After a 12-yard return, and that'll bring up for the Quakers a 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line, with 2:10 remaining in the first quarter, and the Tribe on top of 7-0.
Yeah, if you just turned in, the Quakers are going to be moving right to left on your radio dial. They're doing a nice job defensively, getting pressure on Michael Graham already. They've already sacked him twice, an offensive line that hasn't given up many quarterback hits, let alone sacks this year.
By the way, the Tribe has had 1 extra point today, brought to you by Old Point National Bank, community banking at its best. Hand off on the right side. Luke Rhodes makes a stop. Trying to see who the running back was for Ryan Becker, the quarterback, comes in. And coming up running the football that time was Kyle Wilcox. So a new quarterback, as we thought they do quite often, play 2 quarterbacks, and now Ryan Becker is the man, and he will hand the football off. That's again running straight up the middle was Kyle Wilcox. He gains 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
You know, it's interesting. Becker, he splits time this year with Ragone. Jay, he actually he's a senior, so he's been around the offense for quite some time. He's familiar with it, and he actually has completed over 70% of all of his passes this year.
3rd down and 6 to go. Passing down here. I think Ragone is back in there, and he is. He'll take off and run it to the left side. Pardon me, that's not Ragone, but it is the kind of the wildcat scenario. That was number 19, Cassius Simpson, a wide receiver, will get across the 45 and out to the 48-yard line. So they are running a lot of people at us here early. They've used 3 quarterbacks in the ball game. That one was a classic wildcat position, and it's 4th down and less than a yard.
You know, they're giving Coach Scott Boone something to think about, and you know, they're going to keep. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them rotating a lot of guys through today and getting a lot of guys some experience to come down here and play on a big stage.
Donald Pencello is the punter. He's their backup punter, and he's punting away on this occasion on 4th down and short. There's the snap. It's a good one, and the punt is away. It's a wobbly kick inside the 30, and will take a big pin bounce inside the 15 and runs out of bounds at the 11-yard line. So the ball takes a big Penn Quaker bounce, and with just 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter, the Tribe leads 7-0. Some of the long play, we had a long play of the day so far, Matt Rzanek.
Well, we had a 7-yard run by Mikel Abdul-Sabor. That qualifies right now as the longest play of the day. That long play brought to us by Long & Foster Realtors. They cover more real estate than any other realtor in Virginia, and you can reach them at 229-4400.
1st down and 10 to go at the 11-yard line. 2 receivers far to the far side of the football field. The ball marked on the right hash mark as the Tribe moves from left to right in the waning seconds of the first quarter. Mike Graham under center. He will throw out to the left side, in and out of the hands. That's an incomplete pass. Quakers thought maybe it was a lateral, which would have made it a free ball, but not so. Sam Charzinski tried to come up with that loose football, but it was to no avail. It was just dropped by Sean Ballard, incomplete, 2nd down and 10. And by the way, Jones, I think, is the center.
He just came into the game, so Andrew Jones is playing center, and Matt Krisafi has moved out to the left tackle position.
2nd down and 10. Kevin Hart in the ball game for William & Mary. So Kevin Hart and Trey McBride are the wideouts to the right side. To the near side, Bo Revel, the tight end. Darnell Laws in the H-back position. They'll run it to the right side, trying to get outside is Kendall Anderson, and Kendall tries to get across the 10 out to the 12, maybe to the 13-yard line, but not much more. That'll be the end of the first quarter of play. The score, William & Mary 7 and the visiting Penn Quakers nothing. Back for our second quarter after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network. 35 out to the 4. Action and down the middle of the football field, complete to Bo Revel. First play of the second quarter is a beauty as that'll net the Tribe a 1st down at the 25-yard line. Mr. Official, move those chains. That 1st down brought to you by Computer Concepts, your first stop for the Apple iPad and the iPad Mini. For more information on the web at mycomputerconcepts.com. Nice play to Bo Revel, who is wide open over the middle.
You gotta love that big 6'6" target every time, Michael Graham.
1st down and 10. Graham from the shotgun formation. Tribe leading 7-0 early in the second quarter. 3 receivers to the near side. Man beside him is the running back, and he'll get the football. That's Kendall Anderson will take off, running straight ahead, and he'll try to bend that head down and get to the 30-yard line. A 5-yard pickup by Kendall Anderson, the redshirt freshman out of Centerville, Virginia. 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5 for the green and gold. Darnell Laws into the game. Kevin Hart will come out. 14 minutes and 6 seconds remaining until halftime. Tribe on top 7-0. 2 wideouts to the right side of the football field. Tight end set to the left. Darnell Laws is the H-back to the left side. Trey McBride in motion from right to left. The snap to Graham from underneath the center, and the handoff to Kendall Anderson. He bounces away from the 32, out to the 40, out to the 45-yard line, cutting it downfield, inside the 40, all the way to the 35-yard line before 2 or 3 Penn Quakers come up with the tackle, but a great run by Kendall Anderson, Mr. Official. Move those chains, 1st and 10 at the Quaker 33.
That was a nice job by Kendall. The offensive line opened it up, and then Kendall, much more of a shifty speed back than Mikel Abdul-Sabor, just making those Quakers miss. Nice 30-yard run there.
First down and 10 to go at the 33-yard line. Bo Revel to the far side of the football field. He's the tight end set over there, along with Darnell Laws. Two receivers to the left side. That's, of course, Trey McBride and Sean Ballard, and they'll run it to the left side. That is, again, Kendall Anderson inside the 30, and he'll be spun down at the 30-yard line. That's about a 4-yard pickup. It'll bring up second down. Actually, a 3-yard pickup. Second down and 7 for William and Mary.
Kendall Anderson, he's no stranger to this offense. He came in. He actually won the CAA Rookie of the Week the week of September 9th. So he knows what to do when he gets out there and can make that big play. He's got a lot of big play potential.
Zach Fetters, wide to the right side for William and Mary. Hand off to, looks like that time it was Jarrell Cooper. Cooper, not much of a hole for Jarrell. He gets down to the 28-yard line. We'll bring up third down and 5 for William and Mary. So 3 running backs have gotten carries thus far today. Keith McBride has also been in the ball game. It's third down and 5 for William and Mary. Jarrell Cooper is the feature back on this play. To the near side is Kevin Hart. 2 receivers to the far side. Mike Graham from the shotgun formation. Mike looking over that defense, basically a 4-3. Graham back to pass, flare out right side complete, and falling down to the 25-yard line is Christian Reeves. Christian tried to keep his feet. It's fourth down and about 2 on this occasion, and Coach Laycock does not appear to be sending in John Carpenter.
Well, from this point, Jay, it'd be about a 45-yard field goal attempt into the wind, into the rain, into the mist. There's a lot of things that could go wrong with making this type of field goal attempt here, but William Mary's going to take a timeout, and they're going to think about it. So we'll take it as well. We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to the William Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
Short, the Tribe with a football. Mike Graham under center. Trey McBride in motion. The handoff to the left side to Kendall Anderson is hit in the backfield and stopped in the backfield. So the Penn Quaker defense comes alive right there. That to name again, Sebastian Jaskowski makes an outstanding play in the Tribe backfield, and the ball goes back to Penn.
Well, that time there, the Quakers just won the battle up front. They got a lot of push on that left side of the William Mary offensive line, and were able to force the William Mary running back to kind of make a decision much sooner than he had anticipated. Nice job by the Quaker defense there to hold strong on that fourth down.
Tribe, one of the officials has a towel over the football until the offense comes up to the line of scrimmage, and now they are. He takes the towel off the football. The man in motion from left to right. Quarterback throws to the right side, and it's incomplete. DeAndre Houston Carson had read that beautifully. Coming up, Ty Taylor was the intended receiver, but DeAndre Houston Carson could have been the receiver. Incomplete. Second down and 10.
Checking into the game for the Tribe on the defensive line is big number 99, Tyler Clater.
1, 2, 3, 4 men on the defensive line of scrimmage for William and Mary. Jared Velasquez showing a blitz from the left side of the field. And somebody jumped. Flags go down. They'll blow that play dead.
A lot of movement there up front, guys. I'm not sure exactly if they're going to end up calling this on, if it's going to be against the Quakers or against the Tribe.
Well, I think Tyler Clater is clapping, so that he knows when to clap, when to cheer. It is against the Penn Quakers. That'll cost them 5 yards.
You know, when in doubt, blame it on the other guy.
Exactly.
Deny, deny, deny.
11:24 remaining in the first half of play. Jay Colley, Matt Rajanic, Wes Kempton will be along with our halftime show. Matt Rajanic will be along with a halftime adjustment brought to you by Pinto Chiropractic as well. Second down and 15. Underneath the center is Billy Ragone, I think. No, it's Ryan Becker. Becker's number 3. He'll hand the football off to the left side. That is, again, Kyle Wilcox, who tries to cut the corner across the 23 out to the 24-yard line. Not much of a gain after that 5-yard mark off. It'll bring up a third down and 9 for the Penn Quakers. Tribe defense has done the job today. Matter of fact, they get certainly partial credit for the only score of the day thus far, with a bat away by Stephen Sinnott and a pickup by, a bat away by Mike Riley and a pickup by Stephen Sinnott gave the Tribe first down and 10 at the Quaker 12-yard line, and they promptly scored a Mikel Abdul-Sabor run. Left side, big hit by Jerome Copeland. Oh my, big time hit there. And I mean, Kyle Wilcox got introduced to Jerome Copeland in a big time way as he goes down after he made the catch. 4th down and 8.
Well, William & Mary's defense doing a nice job applying pressure off that far side. We brought guys on the blitz. Jerome was on an island out there. It was one-on-one. He makes the big play. That's exactly what you expect from your team leader and captain.
4th down, 8 yards to go. The punter on again for Penn. He's had quite a bit of activity here in the first half of play. And the punt is away. That ball's going to bounce in front of Sean Ballard. Sean's going to pick it up and be tackled immediately by Mason Smith. A little bit of a gutsy play by Sean Ballard, but if he lets that ball go, it's going to go, 10 or 12 more yards.
Yeah, I think Sean made the right play there as it starts to rain. It's raining harder. The field's getting more wet. That ball had a lot of end-over-end spin, which means as it was going to hit the ground, it was going to take a very nice Quaker roll. He fields it, was able to hold on to it, and now it's William & Mary ball.
Of course, we're somewhat sequestered from the rain because we're underneath the 10 on the press box on this side of the football field, Matt, but this rain is certainly a factor the way it's not only raining, but it's blowing rain for these two offenses.
It is, and right now the way it's blown into William & Mary's face as they work right to left.
Michael Graham under center. In motion is Darnell Laws from left to right. Pitch back right side. Mikel Abdul-Sabor with a nice hole and a jump over the 38, out to the 40, out to the 41-yard line, maybe to the 42. A 4-yard pickup by Mikel Abdul-Sabor, maybe 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and short for William & Mary with 9:42 remaining in the first half of play.
And the only person right now that kept Mikel from continuing to run, and he'd still be running right now, is number 23, Kenny Thomas, the defensive back for the Quakers, coming up making a big one-on-one tackle there. That was definitely a touchdown-saving tackle because Mikel, there was green, nothing but green behind him.
A 2 tight end set as Darnell Laws is out of the game. Asmar to the far side and Bo Rebel to the near. In motion is Sean Ballard. Trey McBride is to the far side of the football field from the wideout position. They throw it back to him complete at the 40 with a nice stutter move. At the 45, across the midfield stripe, Mr. Official, move those chains. He's tackled to the 47-yard line. Another Computer Concepts 1st and 10, green and gold. Charsinski with the play defensively for Penn.
It's a nice job right there. Little wide receiver screen out to your best athlete on the field, Trey McBride. Get the ball out there, put it in his hands, and let him make some plays, and that's exactly what he did. He made the first defender miss, got the extra yardage for the first down.
Asmar, the tight end out. Kevin Hart, another wide receiver in this set. And Kevin will be set to the near side, the short side of the field. 2 receivers to the far. The snap, the handoff, Sabor. Abdul-Sabor, the big hole. Inside the 45, inside of the 40, and is just tripped up by Jaskowski. That could have been a touchdown for Mikel Abdul-Sabor. Instead, it's another 1st and 10. Mr. Official, move those chains. Ball marked at the 35-yard line, and our thanks to Computer Concepts for sponsoring that 1st and 10.
That time, the right side of the offensive line, Andrew Jones at center, Matt Kristofi at right tackle, or I'm sorry, Trevor Springman at right tackle, and Dominique Martinelli at right tackle, Springman at guard, did a nice job getting that push, allowing Mikel all the room.
Sean Ballard far to the far side of the football field. 2 receivers to the near. They'll run it to the near side. Mikel Abdul-Sabor with a nice cut. Upfield, inside the 35, inside the 30, down to the 31-yard line. A 9-yard pickup, maybe 10. Daniel Davis makes a stop, and I mean these stops are by shoestring tackles the last 3 or 4 of the Tribes, that close to having 3 consecutive big-time plays.
Yeah, another nice 9-yard run, and again, it starts up front, and that's right now the William & Mary's offensive line is winning that battle in the trenches in this particular series. That time it was the left side. Matt Kristofi, Jerry Ujokwe, James Johnson, all doing a nice job. 2nd
down and a yard. 1 man in the backfield. That's Kendall Anderson. In motion is Ballard from left to right. Short drop, a fake. Now he's going to come back and run the football, trying to get that first down marker. He's going to be very close at the 25-yard line. I'm not sure that's the way they drew it up.
I'm not sure either, Jay. I mean, it looked as though Michael Graham wanted to pump fake it down the field, but then the blocking was set up that way to protect him. So, it looks like they're going to give him the first down. So that's going to move the chains. And, hey, sometimes you got to just keep these guys on their toes and we'll roll our quarterback out. I mean, we saw Peyton Manning do it.
Exactly. He ran it for a touchdown, didn't he? Anyway, it gets to the 25 of the 1st and 10. Mike Graham with a good decision there. One man in the backfield. They got the H-back to the near side. Kevin Hart to the far in motion. He'll roll out to the right side. Graham that way to the right. Far side of the football field. Throwing it downfield to Darnell Laws. Incomplete. Would not have garnered but maybe a yard and a half. He was well covered by Evan Jackson. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Well, that time the Quakers did a nice job covering the receivers. Bo Revel was covered. Sean Ballard was covered. And really, Michael Graham had no other outlet but Darnell Laws, who was the last resort. And rather than take a sack for a large loss, he tried to squeak it in there. No harm, no foul. They're going to start 2nd and 10.
Christian Reeves into the ball game. Wide receiver, 6'3", 210-pounder out of McDonough, Georgia, for William and Mary. Whistle blows as the Tribe comes up to the line of scrimmage. Not sure why they're stopping play at this moment in time, but we'll find out. The officials are talking. 7-0, William and Mary scored on their first possession. It was a 12-yard drive. That's the long drive of the day for William and Mary. Brought to you by the Williamsburg National. 2 great locations and golf courses from which to choose, though probably not today. The Yorktown and the Jamestown. The Williamsburg National on the web at WNGC.com. Graham from the gun. 3 receivers to the right side. He'll hand the ball off to Mikel Abdul-Sabor, who'll try to catch a little bit of a hole. Can't do it. Inside the 25 and down to the 24. Coming up was Kevin Ijoma on the play for the Penn Quakers. This Quaker team, well, they've won 6 out of the last 7 games. They won the first 2 out of 3 games this year, and they are the defending Ivy League champs. So they come to play football. Bo Revel out. Robert Asmar is in for William and Mary on 3rd down and long. Let's see what the playbook offers here. Sean Ballard and Kevin Hart to the far side of the football field. Reeves in motion from left to right. So they'll flood the right side, and Mike Graham will head that way. He gets the snap, rolling to his right, throwing it downfield along that sideline. That ball is going to be incomplete or not. It was a catch, but he may have been pushed out of bounds. Incomplete, it is. And now it's 4th down and 9, and on comes the place-kicking unit.
That was a nice job there. Sean Ballard, or
Kevin Hart,
I'm sorry, Kevin Hart, making a nice catch there. But you got to give credit to the Quaker defender, who had the awareness to push him before he got down and pushed him, and he came down out of bounds. So it's going to be a good call by the officials here, and a nice long field goal attempt for John Carpenter into the rain and into the wind. Yeah,
41-yard effort by Carpenter. He's got the leg. No question about the leg. Let's see about the accuracy here. The snap, the hold is a good one. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it is no good. It was wide to the near side, wide left, evidently. And it's the drive is thwarted there, and the Penn Quaker defense goes off the field and pretty good shape. They've done a nice job stopping this Tribe offense so far this afternoon.
The rain continues to come down a little harder. This rain cell has just been stuck over the city of Williamsburg really since Monday night, has not let up. Fortunately for these players, they're playing on one of the best field turfs in the country, and it's doing a great job draining and everything else.
Yeah, 1st and 10. Ragone is the quarterback now. Back to pass the left-hander, throwing it to the left side of the football field, incomplete. Jerome Copeland cut in front of the intended receiver. It's incomplete. I believe maybe Ty Taylor was, or I'm sorry, Mitchell King was the intended receiver. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Well, there's only 6 minutes to go here in the first half, and with the Tribe only up 7-0, every defensive stand counts for the Tribe. So this is another big opportunity for the Tribe to make a statement here.
Quarterback gets a low snap and hands the football off, and he is sacked immediately. That hand off that football on the right side to Colser, and coming up making the stop was Brian Stinney.
So
or
host of
Steven
defenders,
Sinnott.
Sinnott.
Yeah, Sinnott did the
Tyler
job.
Clater. Jasper Coleman was also in there helping make the play.
3rd down and 10. Jasper Coleman out of the ball game as they have rotated a lot of those defensive linemen this afternoon. Tyler Clater is in. 3rd down and 10. You figure a passing down here for the Penn Quakers. Billy Ragone, the 6'1 senior, with all kind of records. This year he's thrown 4 touchdowns and had 4 interceptions, and he's not going to get a chance. A quarterback sack for Steven Sinnott. You talk about making up for lost time. Sinnott did not play last week. He's got a couple of quarterback hurries and sacks this afternoon. It's 4th and 14, and the Quakers have to punt it away.
That's one thing that you really like to see one of your, junior team leaders. That guy, Steven Sinnott, he works hard day in and day out. He fought hard to come back from the injury, and he's really making an impact for the Tribe defense today.
Kirkar will punt it away, and they almost got to it. It's a wobbly kick. Sean Ballard coming up making the catch of the 47, down the sideline of the 50, and inside the 50 at the 47-yard line. So the Tribe will begin this drive in Quaker territory with plenty of time and 4:43 left. It would be nice for the Tribe to make a statement here in the last 5 minutes of the second quarter.
Yes, yes, it would. It would be nice to see them put together a little bit of a drive, move the ball methodically and eat up about 4 minutes and 42 seconds and put some points, put those points on the board and go into halftime and dry off a little.
That was a 33-yard punt and about an 8-yard return. So the Tribe has excellent field position at the Quaker 47, moving from right to left here in the second quarter. Up underneath the center is Graham. Center is Jones. One man in the backfield, Jarrell Cooper. And he'll go back to pass the football, flaring it out to the right side, complete downfield. Trey McBride makes the catch, and he's driven out of bounds, but not before a first down. Trey McBride with a nice catch. Dan Wilk on the stop for the Penn Quakers. 1st and 10, that first down brought to you by Computer Concepts on the web at mycomputerconcepts.com. First down, 10 to go. 4:29 remaining. Trey McBride to the near side, along with Kevin Hart. Sean Ballard to the far. The handoff to the left side. Jarrell Cooper takes the left. The flag goes down as he gets over the left tackle inside the 35 and down to the 30. In that holding zone is where that flag was thrown.
I think that one's going to go against a tight end, Bo Revel. He was manned up there with an outside linebacker a little bit faster than him, caught a little off guard by which way Jarrell Cooper was moving, and unfortunately, right in front of the official there made a nice call.
Well, that'll be a 10-yard mark off, and that'll put this Tribe offense in needing of a long play on this particular drive to try to get something going with 4:15 left. 11-yard pass play a moment ago to Trey McBride got the Tribe going on this drive.
Yeah, Trey's doing a nice job of recognizing the defense and getting it into that area, during a zone coverage, kind of finding the layers of the zone and really dropping in there and becoming a good target for Michael Graham.
First down and 20 to go, back at the 43-yard line. Trey McBride to the near side of the football field. Back to pass goes Michael Graham, looking to the left side. Now going to loft that ball up. McBride coming back, and it's going to be incomplete. He was grabbed by the quarterback,
wow.
I thought,
wow.
Dylan Musket, but no call. He tried to make the comeback, and Musket reached out and grabbed him on his shoulder, and he kind of whipped that shoulder around as if he was grabbed, and I think he was, and wanted the flag, but no call.
Well, half of Trey McBride's name is still hanging off the back of his jersey. They held on to him for so long, but, that really, it would have been a nice long play. It would have been the long play of the series, and long plays are brought to you by Long & Foster Realtors. They cover more real estate than any other realtor here in Virginia, and you can reach them at 229-4400.
Two receivers far to the right side, one to the near. Second down and long for William & Mary. Michael Graham back to pass, looking left, looking over the middle, throwing to Trey McBride in and out of the hands of Trey at the 41. Very rarely is he the underman on a possibility of a reception. That time about 3 yards downfield. He possibly had some more room to run, but now it's third and long.
Wow, the Quaker defense was spread out nicely there, and it kind of was designed well for Trey McBride. You give the ball in his hands a couple yards off the line of scrimmage, but you've got everyone else running down, covering everybody, so he would have had some room. I think he's just a little frustrated from the previous play, so hopefully he get his wits about him and get situated here for the third down.
Third down and 17 to go. Back to pass, Graham looking. He'll roll out to the right side. Going to throw that ball downfield, complete near the first down marker, right at the 29-yard line to Kevin Hart, who makes the catch. About a 10-yard pickup, but it's still a little bit short. I'm sorry, Sean Ballard makes the catch. 4th down and 4, and we'll see what Coach Laycock elects to do.
Well, right there, we're still in the kind of in that gray area of the field here with the weather. It's tough. You're looking at about a 46-yard field goal. John Carpenter definitely has the leg. He's missed a 41-yard attempt earlier today. It was just wide left a little. And it looks like Coach Laycock's going to keep his offense in the game here. 4th
down and 4. Hart to the near side with Christian Reeves. Shotgun formation for Graham. Back to pass he goes. Straight drop. Looking over the middle. Throwing it right side. Complete to Hart in a crossing pattern. No, incomplete. They ripped the ball away. Looked like he had that ball. He looked like he was going to hang on. I'm not sure it had been a first down anyway. It was right on the line. And again, the Penn Quaker defense holds.
That's the second time the Quakers have come up big on 4th down. So right now the Tribe going for it 2 different times here in the first half on 4th down. Unsuccessful both times.
3:21 remaining until halftime. Special guest from Town Bank as well at halftime, our game sponsor today. Jasper Coleman and Tyler Clater along that defensive line for William & Mary. The quarterback is Ragone. He'll hand off to the right side, nothing up front, but now he'll roll out to the right side, try to get some room along the edge. He fumbles that football. William & Mary, Jared Velasquez was around that football, and the Tribe has recovered. Coming out of there with it was Ivan Tago. Jared Velasquez and Ivan Tago combined, stripping that football, and the Tribe has forced their second turnover of the day.
Well, that time there, the Tribe defense just doing what they do best and flying to the ball. You listen to the defensive backs, they call themselves the Bird Gang or whatever. That's because they all fly to the ball and with high intensity, swiping at it. And that time with the rain and the elements, the ball pops loose and the Tribe's able to recover it.
Well, I tell you what, yeah, it's a great job by Velasquez and Tago. Tago had to really get in there and fight for it because there are a couple of Quakers that were near the football as well. But it's Tribe football. The last time the Tribe defense forced a fumble, the Tribe scored. Let's see what happens here. 7-0 William & Mary. 3:11 left in the second quarter. The Tribe moving from right to left as you gaze into your radio dial. Hand off to Mikel Abdul-Sabor, who jumps over one would-be tackler, but not the second. Coming up making the play was Mike Lanning for the Quakers. Not much there. 2nd down and 10.
A lot of time left here in the first half, 2 minutes and 55 seconds. William & Mary's got 2 timeouts left, so they can be conservative to an extent here and eat up as much clock as they choose to.
Kevin Hart to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. Christian Reeves, one of those. And the farthest of all, Trey McBride, the All-CAA candidate. 2nd and long. They'll hand the football off on the trying to get the edges. Mikel Abdul-Sabor. Mikel will cut up over the right tackle, and he'll get inside the 30 down to the 28. Austin Taps makes the play. Find out how many yards Mikel Abdul-Sabor has this afternoon. You know he went 3 straight games over 100 yards, held under 100 last week at Villanova, but he's off to a decent start here in the first half. He's got about 47 yards so far. 3rd down and 8 to go. Mikel Abdul-Sabor alongside the quarterback, Graham. Mike Graham will hand the football off to Sabor, who will pitch it back to Trey McBride. He'll try to get the edge. He does. Down the sideline of the 20. He's at the 10. He's at the 5 and knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Wow, Mr. Official. Move those chains. The Tribe gets a first down, brought to you by Computer Concepts, and gets into the red, hot and blue red zone on one play.
On one play, and I'll tell you what you love to see about that is during that reverse situation, who's leading the way? None other than the starting quarterback, Michael Graham, and he actually made a great block, got in the way of the defensive defender, and Trey McBride able to run down the long.
You might like to see that, but I don't know if I like to see that. But nonetheless, he is a gutty player anyway, Mike Graham certainly, and we have a timeout on the field by Penn. We'll take it. 1:47 left. Tribe on top 7-0. Back after this on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
1. Welcome back to Tribe Athletics TV's coverage of William & Mary football against the Pennsylvania Quakers. The home team up 7-0 and knocking on the door, trying to score again as we're under 2 minutes to go. And just a moment ago, you heard Jay talk about how Mikel Abdul-Sabor was doing, trying to get over 100 for the 4th time this season, and he's getting pretty close. We've got, again, just under 2 minutes to go this half, and Abdul-Sabor has just passed 50 yards rushing. He already has a touchdown and is there at about 3 yards out. We'll see if he can get his second touchdown as well. But that's all coming up right after this. They're coming back after the timeout, and we will too. This is Tribe football, and the coverage continues after this.
Wildcat formation, hand that football off to Mikel Abdul-Sabor. He'll try to get it around the right side. The ball is knocked away. It's bouncing around and goes out of bounds. I do not think that Penn got that football, and they didn't. Tribe gets a huge break. That ball was free for seemingly forever, Matt Rajanic, but the Tribe's going to have it 2nd and goal.
Wow, I was trying to see which one of the Quaker defenders was the one that put the hit. I mean, literally put his helmet on the ball, what it appeared, and just scored it out. Something we don't see often from Mikel Abdul-Sabor is that fumbling the ball could be part of the elements, but this is definitely the area of the field where you've got to protect the football. As the Tribe's knocking on the door, you're in almost guaranteed point land here inside the 5-yard line. You want to protect the football and be smart with it.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was their defensive tackle, Austin Tapps. He's been around most of the big plays already today. 2nd and goal, that ball bounced out of bounds just outside the 3-yard line. The Tribe moving from right to left as you gaze into your radio dial. Graham under center, short drop, flare into the end zone where the ball is caught. Touchdown, William & Mary. Touchdown, Green and Gold. Trey McBride catches a touchdown in the corner of the end zone, and the Tribe goes on top 13-0.
Oh, that's exactly what you want to see from your quarterback. Michael Graham throwing a perfect ball, allowing Trey McBride to jump up and make the play over Dan Wilk. That time, Trey was able to get it at the highest point, come down in the end zone right now. Now it's going to be Tribe 13-0.
And that, believe it or not, is the first touchdown catch of the season for Trey McBride and his 11th of his career. John Carpenter will attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. And for the 2nd time today, the Tribe takes advantage of an outstanding defensive job by the Tribe defense. The offense takes it 32 yards on that occasion, and William & Mary goes on top 14-0. 1:22 left in the first half. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
And William & Mary obviously was on that list.
Congratulations again on the job. And takes it at the 4-yard line, and he knelt down after he caught it. Mason Smith tried to run that ball out, but got caught with his knee on the ground, and because of that, Penn will take it at their own 4-yard line.
Wow. I'm almost speechless there, Jay. I don't agree with the official there. I don't think his leg was on the ground at all. Actually, I kind of wish I was watching it online to see if his leg really was down. I thought he made a nice job catching the ball, and the official felt differently, unfortunately for the Quakers. But I know the Tribe defense is up to the task here. Now the Quakers are going to have to start with the ball on their own 4-yard line.
Speaking of online, thanks to our camera operators today on this rainy Saturday, Chandler Agate, Connor Doherty, Ron Houston, Tony Vaughn, and of course our producer-director, Jeff Herrick. Billy Ragone is the quarterback. He is underneath the center with one man in the backfield. He'll hand that football off to that man, Kolsar, and Kolsar is hit and dropped. Not much at all. Big number 90, Brian Stinney. Stinney and Sinnott, now they've not played in the last couple of weeks for various reasons, but both of those guys have come to play today.
They have. Steven Sinnott's got a sack, a forced fumble. I think Brian Stinney was in there too, also on that on the sack earlier, coming up big. I mean, these defensive linemen are just doing really well this year, and especially today. 2nd down and 10. Billy Ragone, the quarterback, coming underneath the center. Chris Bush. Man in motion is the tight end O'Malley from right to left. He'll fake the handoff. No, he'll give it out to Kolsar. He'll be hitting the backfield and keep his feet across the 5 out to the 8-yard line and maybe to the 9. And very quickly, William & Mary calls a timeout. They want the ball back, and if they can get it back after this 3rd down and 5, Matt Mrzanek, the Tribe should have pretty good field position. Well, you would think they'd have great field position, and considering that the Tribe has scored 78% of all of their points this year in the first half, I think Coach Laycock is going to push, and push his staff and his team to score as much as possible when given the opportunity here in the first half.
Hey, folks, the Chesapeake Bank Jimmy Laycock Show will be broadcast live at Paul's Deli this year on the Tribe's flagship stations, 92.3 FM The Tide and 107.9 Bach FM. Each Tuesday this season, the show will begin on the site at 6:30 with the live interview airing from 7 to 7:30. Yours truly will be there enjoying pretty good food, actually. They give me a little food before that.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
That's the only reason you do the show, huh?
You haven't been there early enough. I mean, you show up with your entourage, right, 6:45 and enjoy the show, sit back. But anyway, Coach Laycock, good sport, coming by every Tuesday at Paul's Deli. Hope you'll join us. Third down and 5. Billy Ragone, I believe, is the quarterback. He is. They've also used Ryan Becker today. Ragone under center. O'Malley in motion from right to left. One man in the backfield. He will hand the football off to Kosars, hitting the backfield, and then falls forward, but not forward enough, across the 10 and out to the 12. So a couple of yards on the gain. Jerome Copeland, they have been hit quite a bit, they being Penn in the backfield by the Tribe, and we can't say enough about that front defensive line, because when that is happening, when the linebackers and the cornerbacks and such are getting early hits, that defensive line's playing well.
They're doing a good job up front, occupying the offensive linemen. The linebackers are flying to the football. And from a running back's perspective, when you're getting hit early, it doesn't allow you to see the field of play at all. I mean, you're constantly trying to dodge and dip and spin and try to break loose here. It doesn't allow you to get any type of momentum moving north to south or going forward for that matter. So it makes it very difficult to run, and that's one of the reasons why William & Mary's defense is so tough against the run. They've only really given up 3 big plays of over 30 yards on the ground this season, and I think only 2 rushing touchdowns this year as well.
Speaking of tough, this Penn team has been a tough out for William & Mary. Last year, the Tribe won up at Franklin Field, but had to bat away a pass in the end zone in the waning moments of that game. So you're looking for more points in the first half if you can get them, leading 14-0. Cursor, the punter, standing in his own end zone. Sean Ballard is deep, standing at around his 48-yard line. It's a beautiful kick. The fair catch called for at the 43-yard line. That backed him up about 7 yards. That was a lengthy kick, nearly 50 yards on the play.
About 41 yards.
41, and that will be Tribe football with no return. But now with 20 seconds remaining, Matt Rojanek got to get a couple of, I would say at least 25, 30 yards for John Carpenter to get in field goal range, a comfortable field goal range here in the last couple of seconds.
Well, the nice thing for the Tribe is they've got 2 of the best receivers, one Trey McBride, 2 Sean Ballard. I think you spread them out wide and let those guys run quick 10, 15-yard outs. Look for Michael Graham to try to get it to one of those guys near the sideline, let them make a play, and then get out of bounds as quick as possible.
First down and 10. Mike Graham, the quarterback from the gun, back to pass. In the pocket, stepping up, throwing it long. Trey McBride coming back, battling, and that ball's batted away. That time Trey didn't have a real good shot at that football, as the defensive back was actually in front of him. Kenny Thomas doing a nice job. Second down and 10.
Well, that time Trey McBride did a nice job playing defense, because that ball was underthrown. Michael Graham was under a little bit of pressure there. I'm not sure if his arm got hit, but it came out weird. That ball was well short of Trey McBride, and he was able to come back and make a nice defensive play there to stop the interception.
Tribe has won 15 of its last 21 contests here at Zabel Stadium, leading 14-0 here with 14 seconds to play in the first half. Handoff, this time coming back to the left side of the football field, is Keith McBride. Keith gets maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, and that may be it for the first half. That is the end of the first half of play from Zabel Stadium in Williamsburg. The score, it is William & Mary 14 and the Penn Quakers nothing. We'll be back for our halftime show after this 2-minute timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network. See if Trey McBride can even get his hands on the football here as we begin the second half. Jimmy Lindberg will kick off for the Quakers. As I mentioned, from left to right as you gaze into your radio dial as the second half about set to get underway. The foot is in the football, and it will angle towards Cooper's way and go in and out. No, actually not out of the end zone, but certainly into the end zone. And the whistles will blow, and the Tribe will have it first and 10 at their own 25 to begin the second half. Well, those halftime adjustments that we often talk about in college football and all of football, very frankly. I guess in all of sports, you get, 15, 20 minutes in there, Matt? What's it like in that locker room for a player do you get with your individual coaches first?
Yes, in fact, that's pretty much all. That's all you do during halftime. And the training staff will come in, attend any guys that need a little bit of extra tape or some Tylenol, ibuprofen, and then you meet with your individual position coach.
Michael Graham from the gun. He will fake the handoff, play action. He'll roll to the right side and throw it downfield, overthrows the intended receiver. Darnell Laws, the intended receiver, about 5 yards down play. Second down and 20. That ball kind of fluttered out of Michael Graham's hands, which leads me to believe that ball is getting slicker and slicker as this day progresses.
Well, the rain continues to rain down on everyone, and also Austin Tapps was chasing Michael Graham again, and I think so. Graham was running for his life a little bit there, trying to make sure he doesn't get hit by that big fella for the 4th time today.
Trey McBride to the near side. To the far side is Sean Ballard. Trey on the near side of the football field, and a little bit of motion from left to right. They snap to Graham from underneath the center. He'll hand the football off. He'll try to get right over the left tackle. Daniel Davis makes the tackle of Mikel Abdul-Sabor after a 3-yard pickup. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Tribe's 33. I believe in the first half, the headsets for the Tribe coaches staff went out. And that's a story because that's so important in implementing the game plan for these coaches up here who have a great vantage point to talk to the coaches on the field about changes. Bo Revel in motion from left to right. Back to pass goes Graham. Throwing it left side complete to Trey McBride up near the 40-yard line. Mr. Official, move those chains. 1st and 10, green and gold. Another mycomputerconcepts.com 1st and 10 for William & Mary. That's a 13-yard pickup and a nice catch to Trey McBride, who of course caught a pass in the first half, and that was a touchdown. Ball to 39, 1st down and 10. 13:51 remaining in the 3rd quarter. William & Mary on top, 14-0. First drive of the 2nd half. Bo Revel, the tight end, set to the near side, along with the wide out Trey McBride. They'll throw it back to the right side, complete to Ballard, who takes it down the sideline. 40, 45, 50, inside the 40, down sideline to the 30. One man to the beat of the 15, inside the 15, all the way down to the 10-yard line. Mr. Official, move those chains. Sebastian Jaskowski kept a touchdown off the board momentarily. An outstanding long play of the game right there.
Yeah, and that long play brought to you in the 2nd half by Long and Foster Realtors. They cover more real estate than any other realtor in Virginia, and you can reach them at 229-4400.
A 61-yard pass play down the sideline to Deshaun Ballard, a streak, and it's a Tribe 1st and goal. The Tribe in the red zone, in the red, hot and blue red zone right now, up to the line of scrimmage. 1st down and 10. Ball on the right hash mark. 2 men in the backfield, Ballard and Cooper. There's the fake of the handoff. He'll roll out to the left side. Trey McBride trying to get open. Now that's going to be Graham trying to dive into the end zone. Did he get there? No, he did not. How did he not get in there? He must have bounced in. Boy, he fell in the end zone, but inside the 1 is where that ball is marked as he was twisted around in midair. Nice gutsy run by Mike Graham, who he is not afraid of contact. We saw that nice 5-yard run at West Virginia, first game of the year. We knew he had a player that didn't mind dipping his head and getting into the end zone if he could.
Oh, he's a big guy, 6'4", 220, and he's tough to stop.
Up to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback Graham under center. Mikel Abdul-Sabor in the backfield. H back to the right. There's the snap. Handoff. Mikel Abdul-Sabor. He'll duck his head and get into the end zone. Touchdown, green and gold. Touchdown, William & Mary. 12:37 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Mikel Abdul-Sabor on a 1-yard plunge makes it a 20-0 affair.
That's tough for a defense to stop. The Tribe offensive line doing a nice job getting a great push up front, and then Mikel just so strong and so powerful at 215 pounds and goes into the end zone again today for the Tribe.
John Carpenter will attempt the extra point. Extra point brought to you by Old Point National Bank, and it's up and it's good. And with 12:37 remaining, and Penn nothing. back after this timeout on the William Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
Quakers 0.
John Carpenter will kick off from right to left. Tribe with a very impressive opening drive of the third quarter. And here's the kick. I guess the head coaching staff made some adjustments, didn't they? The ball is bobbled by Cursor, but he'll take it out to the 10, 15, out to the 20, across the 25, and out to the 26-yard line. That's where the Tribe defense will come onto the field. Marcus Harvey with a nice tackle there on the special teams. Marcus made a great defensive play a couple of weeks ago with a pick six at Lafayette. Then he makes a special teams play right there. First down and 10 at the 26-yard line. Offense comes on the field for the Quakers, led by number 10, Billy Ragone. The Tribe leading 21-0. Two receivers to the far side of the football field. One man in the backfield, one alongside Ragone. He'll fake the handoff to Colser and go back and pass that football and threw it out of bounds. Threw it to one of the coaches on the sideline for William and Mary, who makes a nice grab.
Was that Coach Laycock jumping up there and catching the ball?
I don't think so.
Ah, no, Coach Andrews. Coach Andrews.
That's right. Second and 10. Is Coach that quick? I don't know. 12:26 remaining. That's a double-edged sword question to answer right there. You don't have to answer that. 12:26 remaining in the third. Ragone hands off right side. Colsar tries to pick a hole. Hard driving running back. He is tough to bring down. Luke Rhodes finally got him. Luke, a 6'2 sophomore out of Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. It's a 7-yard pickup. It'll bring up third down and 3.
It's another big third down for the Tribe defense here. They've been up to the task for the most part of today, really not allowing the Quakers any room on offense to see if they can get this Quaker offense off the field and allow Michael Graham to come back out.
Well, they're one of the best third down conversions defensively teams in the country. They hand off. Nope, he fakes the handoff to Colser coming from the right side. He'll go straight forward, and the quarterback is dropped for a loss. Tyler Clater in there, one of those guys. George Beerhalter making the play again, the senior out of Pittsburgh, and it's fourth down and 3. No gain there, and on comes the punting unit.
Well, I can tell you if anybody loves this kind of weather, it's George Beerhalter. That's what we grew up with up in western Pennsylvania. Cold, rainy, and miserable. Only up there, we didn't get to play on turf as much. Down here, these guys play on this nice field turf.
Max Cursor will get the punt away for the Penn Quakers. Standing in his own 17-yard line, he'll attempt to get it away. And it's a good snap, and he does. Line drive kick. Look out, William and Mary. Jerome Coupland down there, and it's going to be picked up by Kendall Anderson. Kendall across the 33 out to the 35-yard line. Dangerous play by the young man, but he makes it happen. Might have gained 10, 15 yards out of that play, stopping the continuing bounce against the Tribe and then running it back about 5 yards. So the Tribe has good field position.
That's exactly it, Jay. You know, not only does he get 10 yards on the return or so, but he stops that ball from rolling another 10 or 15 yards there. So nice play there by the young man. A little gutsy sometimes in this weather. You kind of hold your breath a little bit when these guys do some of those things, but it was a nice play overall.
And I won't say this is a knockout punch, but this is a time where really make a statement. Ahead 21-0. You've taken the first drive of the second half nearly the length of the field for a score, and here's drive number 2. Graham back to pass, throwing it long. Sean Ballard coming back for it. He makes the catch at the 24-yard line. He came back beautifully on Sebastian Jaskowski, and Jaskowski overran the football. Ballard knew where it was, and Mr. Official, move those chains. First and 10, William and Mary.
That was a really nice job there by Sean Ballard, having the awareness to come back to the football. That time the ball, I'm not sure if it was intentionally underthrown by Michael Graham, but was really underthrown, allowed Sean Ballard the room. Janikowski just couldn't get back to it as fast as Ballard was able to. Big catch.
Left tackle Jerry Ajokwe to the left side of the football field. Darnell Laws in motion. The H-back to the right. They'll move it back to the left side, and caught from behind and stopped was Kendall Anderson. Anderson, nothing doing there. Donald Pincello makes the play defensively. He cut through that offensive line that time, and it's second down and 14. He came from the far side, did Pincello of the football field, the linebacker. Sean Ballard is in. Trey McBride coming out of the ball game. It's a second down and 14 to go. Kendall Anderson, the lone setback. Ballard to the near side. Darnell Laws moving from left to right in motion. They'll pitch back to Anderson on the right. He'll cut it upfield and try to get a couple of yards out of it. Trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but couldn't do it. Again, Jaskowski makes the stop. 3-yard pickup. It'll bring up third down and about 12 for William and Mary. And Jaskowski is the man that's down. He may just want a break. He's had a heck of a game so far.
He's been all over the field. He's leading, though, going into the half. He was leading the Quakers in tackles, had 7 tackles for 5 solo, a couple pass breakups. You know, he's doing a real nice job for the Quakers out there, and he's definitely a team leader. He led the team last year, the Quakers, that is, in tackles, 72 tackles last year for the Quakers. So that's a young man that they don't want to see laying down on the field, and need him out there.
Let's go to West Kempton.
Well, that's tough on Jaskowski. Look at, he was the one-on-one matchup with Ballard in that long pass play, and then you see him immediately tackling on a rush. He is the all-everything defender for this Quakers defense, and it's a lot that's asked of him, and it's a lot to ask of the defense if he's not on the field.
Third down, 14. Tribe needs a big play here. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. That far side, the short side of the field. Only 2 down linemen. Make it 3 for the Quakers right now. Shotgun formation for Mike Graham. Looking from moving from right to left. He's going to run that football. He's got 3 yards. He got 4, and he's upended in a big way and fumbled the football. Picked up by the green and gold along the sideline by Sean Ballard very alertly inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. You don't draw it up like that, but I think it's near a first down for William and Mary.
You definitely don't draw it up like that for sure, Jay. I mean, Michael Graham trying to do a little too much there. Jumping over a guy, loses a football in the process. Fortunately for the Tribe, Sean Ballard had the awareness and was hustling behind the play. The ball happened to pop right up to him. He was able to keep running with it.
Yeah, that's when you know things are going your way, and the Tribe is going to go for it, I believe, on 4th down in less than a yard. So Sean Ballard picks that ball. Was it in midair or did it hit the ground? I couldn't tell from here, but Graham fumbled it on a big hit by Musket. But nonetheless, it's 4th down and short. And I believe the coach, Bagnoli, wants to talk things over with the referee. He was on the field kind of holding up play. Then it's a 1st and 10. And now he's even more incensed. He gave him long enough to think about it for the officials, and they'll move the chains. Brought to you by My Computer Concepts. Computer Concepts on the web at mycomputerconcepts.com. Your first stop for the Apple iPad and iPad Mini. The Tribe in the Red Zone, brought to you by Red Hot and Blue, specializing in barbecue, burgers, and blues on Richmond Road in Williamsburg. Back to pass Graham, floating into the end zone where Trey McBride could not catch up with it. Did not put enough air on that football. Incomplete.
That time, Michael Graham just put a little too much on that one. A little too strong there for Trey McBride. Wasn't able to adjust in time.
Mikel Abdul-Sabor scored twice this afternoon. His 4th and 5th touchdowns of the year and of his career. Trey McBride, he is regularly in the end zone, even though it's his 1st of the year today. He's caught 11 in his career. Zach Fetters is in motion from left to right. 1 man in the backfield. They'll hand the football off to Kendall Anderson. And Kendall breaks to the right side, fumble the football inside the 12, and the Penn Quakers have come up with it. Again, Jaskowski, who was out for a couple of plays, gets in and recovers a fumble. Coach Laycock cannot be happy about that. So on a fumble recovery, when the Tribe looked like they may be putting the knockout punch on the visitors from Philadelphia, the Penn Quakers, the Quakers come up with a big defensive play and take over at the 8:33 mark of the 3rd quarter. Quakers offense on the field. Let's see who the quarterback is. It's Billy Ragone, number 10 out of Cheshire, Connecticut. 6'1", 215-pound seniors. The rain continues to fall here in Williamsburg. And they will hand the football off on the left side. That's number 34, Mike Alispura. Very little used running back. He's only run the football 5 times coming into today's action, but he gains 5 yards there. And it's 2nd down and 5. quarterback, Ragone, back to pass. The left-hander flicks it to the right side of the football field, complete, up at the 23-yard line. That ball caught by Ty Taylor. His 13th catch of the season for a couple of touchdowns as well. So Taylor gets close to a first down. It's third down and very close. They've not set the football down yet, trying to protect it from this rain, but it's a third down and less than a yard. Chris Bush first up to the line of scrimmage.
Another big third down for the Tribe defense here.
Ragone under center. He's big and strong. Let's see if he just runs it himself. They only need a couple of feet. The Tribe showing a blitz, handoff on the right side, hit and not dropped. He'll fall forward to the 25-yard line. Jerome Copeland makes the nice stop. But Iraspura makes the play effectively as he gets a first down for the Quakers. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. Braxton Hicks made the stop for William and Mary out of Charlotte, North Carolina, the sophomore from Berry Academy. Billy Ragone from the pistol, 3 yards behind the center. He'll hand off to Iris Peru, and he'll get across the 25 and out to the 29-yard line. Ivan Tago, another stop for William and Mary. Clock running, 6:40 remaining in the third quarter. The Tribe is on top, 21-0. As the Tribe trying to stop this drive after Penn thwarted the Tribe's potential touchdown drive by forcing a fumble. Second down, 6 to go. Billy Ragone from the pistol formation. Iris Peru, the handoff, and he is smothered back in the offensive backfield. Mike Riley and George Beerhalter combining to make that stop, and you're not going to get away from those guys. Beerhalter at 6'3", 280, and Mike Riley at 6'4", 265. Ryan Smith came through and to put a hit on as well. It's third down and 6.
Yeah, the Tribe definitely doesn't want to let up here. They want to force the Quakers to get off the field offensively so that their offense can come back out here, because last year the Quakers were able to mount a comeback.
Trips to the near side, Cam Countryman being one of them. The throw over the middle, it's incomplete. Eric Green was there. Iris Peru was the intended receiver. It was right at the first down marker. It's incomplete, and it's fourth down and 6.
Last week we would have been talking about be careful, Andy Talley likes to do some trick plays here. You know, I'm not sure we have to worry about it here. At the elements and the rain, I think, are going to force the Quakers to stay honest here, punt the football down, and put Michael Graham and the Tribe offense back on the field.
Kendall Anderson is deep for William and Mary. Max Kurker, the punter, will punt it away. Cursor, rather. That's how he pronounces his name. There's the snap. It's a good one, and he gets it away. Wobbly kick, end over end, taken, and it's taken by Kendall Anderson. He'll try to run it back. He's at the 35, at the 40, and at the 45-yard line. Skips forward to the 50-yard line where he is down. So a short kick and a decent run back of about 17 yards, and the Tribe with excellent field position at the 50-yard line as they'll begin this drive with the 5:23 remaining in the third quarter, leading 21-0 and moving from right to left.
William Mary's got to put together a little bit of a drive here, whether it's quick or long. I mean, taking up a lot of time here, but they want to score some points here and really put the nail in the coffin. Don't let these Quakers feel like they can get back into this football game. Mike
Graham from the shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the far side. He'll throw to one of those guys, and it's boxed away, but Trey McBride comes up with a football. It was batted away, and I thought maybe an incomplete pass, but
yeah, I mean, it felt like that was a forward pass by Michael Graham that appeared to just slip out of his hand. I guess the officials felt like it was a lateral or even a backwards pass, of which Trey could then recover and advance it. But it looks like there's going to be a little bit of conversation amongst the fishing staff, because I thought it was a forward pass. It just hit the ground.
Well, it would benefit William and Mary actually, because the Tribe lost 3 or 4 yards if it's called a fumble. If it's an incomplete pass, then it goes obviously back to the 50-yard line. Sam Charsinski is the guy that batted that ball down.
the hometown call would be if it was an incomplete pass and be 1st and 10. But we'll see what they decide.
And it's real funny because one of their coaches was begging for the incomplete pass, batted down. He was on the field waving his hand incomplete.
Well, I'm not really sure what they called there. It was a little tough to hear. We're having some speaker issues amongst this consistent misting rain.
Well, whatever it is, Coach Laycock does not seem to be vehement about it. He's got his arms folded along the sideline of the 42 or the 44-yard line, right where the snap is made. Graham looks to the left side and now runs to the right. 45, he's at the midfield stripe. He gets inside the 50 at the 49. So he gets back to the line of scrimmage and then another yard. It'll bring up a manageable 3rd down and 9.
And that was a smart play there by Michael Graham. Both of his receivers, his options were covered going down the sideline. He was getting some pressure around the edge. He was able to scoot out off to the right side of the offensive line, and rather than taking a hit, he ran out of bounds. He got as many yards as he could without taking a hit. So that was good job by Michael Graham there. 3rd
down and 10 to go. 4:57 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Tribe moving from right to left and leading 21-0 over Penn here at Zabel. Back to pass. Quarterback will be chased from the pocket and hit and dropped in the backfield. An unceremonious quarterback sack by Kevin Went. By Tyler Drake. The defensive end comes up and makes the stop, and it's 4th down and 13.
At that time, the Quaker defense just brought more than the William Mary offense could handle. And you're outmanned up front. You had to make a decision, either try to run with it and get to as many yards as you could or throw it away. That time, Michael Graham tried to run away with it, and Tyler Drake caught up to him before he could get rid of the ball.
John Carpenter to punt it away on this rainy, windy afternoon here at Zabel in Williamsburg, and the punt is away. It's a wobbly kick. Fair catch called for, and falling forward is Jaskowski at the 25-yard line, and that's where the Penn Quakers will take it over. They have been shut out thus far. Tribe defense, some great notes on the Tribe defense so far this year. The Tribe has allowed just 57 points through the opening now 5.5 games of the year. This year's defensive unit has surrendered the fewest points by William and Mary squad during a 5-game season opening stretch since 1966. That year's squad, coached by Marv Levy, claimed the Southern Conference title. Defense has been very, very good thus far. Billy Ragone, the quarterback, under center. One man in the backfield. A receiver far to the left. Flag goes down. They'll pitch back to the left side where Spencer Colsar will be run out of bounds. Not much gain there. We'll see what the flag is all about.
Not sure what they're going to call there. Generally, it's in the...
Matt, it's tough in these conditions to keep your focus. It's illegal formation or of some sort for the offense.
Well, at that time, illegal formation, more than likely one of the receivers lined up on the line of scrimmage, which should have been off of it a little bit. So that means they covered someone or there weren't enough guys on the line of scrimmage. So that there, yeah, it's little mental errors like that as a coaching staff, it kind of eats at you because those are things that you practice and that's simple technical football there. And you want to try to be as sound as you can be on those types of plays. Try to avoid making mental mistakes.
Ryan O'Malley is the tight end set to the near side. They have 2 receivers now over here to the right side. Quarterback Ragone fakes the handoff, throws it back to the left, complete, but right on top of the play is DeAndre Houston Carson. Ty Taylor made the catch about 4 yards, maybe 6 yards downfield, but DeAndre was right on top of the play. They marked that football at the 31. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Well, that time, DeAndre Houston Carson, I think if he really wanted to be over-adventurous, he could have tried to make the interception, but making the smart play there, tackling the receiver short of the 1st down and forcing a 3rd down play.
3rd down and 4. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Billy Ragone back to pass, and he overthrows the intended receiver, Ty Taylor. Jerome Copeland had him well covered, and it's 4th down and 4. Well, they give Jared Velasquez a lot of the credit, too, on that coverage. So it's 4th down and 4. And the punting unit, once again, how many punts today for the Penn Quakers? We'll try to find that number out in a moment as Kendall Anderson will go back. Canciello, the punter. They've swapped punters back and forth a couple of times as well. He'll angle this to the left side. It will take a William & Mary hop and be down at the 25-yard line. Kind of went straight up in the air and was caught by a Penn Quaker. So with 2:47 remaining in the third quarter, and the Tribe on top 21-0, Tribe defense back on the field. Or rather, Tribe offense back on the field.
It's a beautiful punt by a linebacker.
It was.
I mean, coming in, the Quakers are very sound on special teams. That was a very, very nice punt. I mean, the William & Mary couldn't even field the ball.
Wes Kempton has the answer to that trivia question. How many times has Penn had to punt it away today?
That was number 9, and we're still in the third quarter. We could be getting double digits.
Well, hopefully we will. 2:47 remaining. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Michael Graham, the quarterback. Shotgun formation. He'll hand the football off to Mikel Abdul-Sabor. Try to pick a hole. Not much there as he is dragged down and falls forward for a couple out to the 27-yard line. David Park on the stop. We have not called his name a ton today. Park was the College Sporting News National All-Star last week and Ivy League Defensive Player of the Week. He had a blocked field goal, an 84-yard fumble, a TD, recovery for a TD, and a quarterback sack. And, oh, by the way, 7 tackles.
And a pass breakup.
Thank you for that. Second down and 8. Ran out of paper, ran out of notepad. Tight end Bo Revel set to the left. Graham under center, back to pass, got to get rid of it in a hurry, floating it downfield. The ball's going to be incomplete or intercepted. Intercepted. Dan Wilk, they say he hung onto the football in bounds, and that's the second turnover in this second half the Tribe has made, and given this time the Penn Quakers some excellent field position.
Yeah, last year, you hate to try to go every time something like that happens, go back to last year, but last year some costly turnovers from the Pennsylvania Quakers allowed the Tribe to get up and then get some points early in the first half, and then they were able to come back under senior Billy Ragone and really make a run of it. They scored some unanswered points. William & Mary was able to squeak by with a 34-28 victory. So that's why you don't want to let this team hang around. Ragone has instituted 9 fourth quarter or overtime comeback victories. And
well, Ryan Becker is the quarterback now. Their backup quarterback flings it downfield. That's going to be incomplete. Double coverage was the tight end. That was a dangerous pass. Ryan O'Malley was the intended receiver, but he had DeAndre Houston Carson and Jerome Coupler around the football. 2nd down and 10. So now they come in with their backup quarterback on this series, Ryan Becker. He's played, I think, in 3 series thus far, spelling Billy Ragone. Becker, a 6', 200-pound senior out of Davie, Florida. 2nd down and 10. Quarterback, Ryan Becker, shotgun, looking over the Tribe defense. 4 down linemen for the green and gold. 3 linebackers. One of those roads is sneaking up a little bit. He'll roll out to the left side, Becker will, and throw it downfield, incomplete. Again, nice play, that time by Jared Velasquez, and we have said his name numerous times this afternoon. The intended receiver was a Cam Countryman.
That was a nice play there by Velasquez. Just perfect timing. I mean, I think, if he gets there a half a second earlier, really a half a step earlier, the officials call that pass interference against the defense, but that was perfectly timed. Nice play by the defense.
3rd down and 10 to go. Again, the Tribe's done a great job today getting off the field defensively after third down plays. Ryan Mitchell to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side. Quarterback is Ryan Becker. The snap, back to pass, in the pocket, throwing it right side of the football field, incomplete. Again, DeAndre Houston Carson was on top of the wide receiver, Ryan Mitchell. He had no prayer there, and it's 4th and 10.
It appears as though, when Decker's in at quarterback, he likes that Mitchell, DeAndre Houston Carson matchup, because that's probably the second or third or fourth time that he's come down here after him. It's always be as close as us, so it's neat to see. But Carson coming up with the victory there.
Here's the punt. Kendall Anderson chasing it. Ball again takes kind of a lateral hop, and it'll be down inside the 20 and right at the 17-yard line. Another nice kick by Donald Pincello, a linebacker. Don't know why they don't have their first-string punter, punting these balls away, but that time he did a nice job inside the 20. That was one of those punts you look for as a punter inside the 20-yard line. And the Tribe offense on the field with just 92 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Tribe leading 21-0.
Oh, you know, they could have put a quota on their punter, starting punter. He's already got 8 or 9 punts, so they let the backup, linebacker get in. You don't want to over-punt him if he's going to have 15 punts in the game.
Wes, that number 10? We got in the double figures?
Yeah, that's the third one for their backup punter and 10 in the game.
All right, handoff, left side. That is Darrell Cooper looking for a hole. Cuts it back outside the 20, out to the 21, maybe to the 22-yard line. Nice effort by Darrell Cooper, 5 yards on the play.
A nice job by the William Mary offensive line. Right now we've got Andrew Jones in at center, Matt Crisafi in at left guard, Jerry Jokwe in at tackle. On the right side, we got Springman and Martinelli anchored down the right side of the offensive line. So doing a nice job up front.
Tight end set to the near side. Really a bunched up offense right here. Bo Revel in motion. 2nd down and 6. They look like they're telling the Penn they're going to run the football, and they do. And it's going to be a couple of yard pickup. Darrell Cooper. Austin Taps on the play. Cooper gets out to the 25-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2. 2 wide receivers back in the ball game for the Tribe, and now a third. Fetters, well, actually, he'll come in for Trey McBride. Sean Ballard in the ball game. 3rd down and 3 for William and Mary. Tight end, Robert Asmar to the near side. 2 receivers to the far. Quarterback, Graham under center. Asmar in motion from left to right. They'll run it to the right side of the football field where Darrell Cooper tries to pick a hole at ball rugby style moving forward. He'll get past the 25 and out to the 26, but Matt, a couple of yards shy of that first down marker, and it's 4th down. And that is the end of the third quarter of play with the score. William and Mary 21 in the fourth quarter as we take it to the fourth quarter. The Tribe trying to get their 4th victory of the year. Jaskowski is deep for Penn. There's the snap. It's a good one. They're not coming after Carpenter, and it's a great kick. And I mean, that ball's high and back to the 34-yard line. Fair catch called for by Jaskowski, and that's where the Penn Quakers will get the football yet again as the Tribe defense, who's doing a splendid job this afternoon on the field. A 40-yard punt by Carpenter with no return. Elsewhere around the league, James Madison leading Richmond 21-9 midway through the third quarter at Madison this afternoon. Again, Delaware squeaked past Albany 33-0. That's a final. And the New Hampshire Wildcats all over Rhode Island 59-19. Later tonight, Villanova at Towson. Billy Ragone checks in as we begin the fourth quarter. He's the quarterback for the Quakers of Penn. Shotgun formation, fakes a throw, and now hands the football off to Kolsar with good running room across the 38, 40, out to the 42, and all the way out to the 43-yard line. Houston Carson makes the stop, but not before an 8-yard pickup, maybe 9-yard pickup, 2nd down and 1.
At 5'10", 200 pounds, Stephen Kolsar really runs hard. He's low to the ground. He's tough to bring down. He gets into that second level. It takes multiple Tribe defenders to bring him down to the ground.
I think he's had almost as many yards today as he has had for the year coming in, 24 carries and 46 yards and a touchdown. But Kolsar has been very effective for Penn, even though they've not scored. 2nd down and a yard. Billy Ragone from the shotgun formation. The snap, the handoff to Kolsar again, cutting it back right side. He'll have a 1st down and then some across the 45 and out to the 49-yard line. So it's a 5-yard pickup, and it's 1st and 10 as Eric Green makes the stop for the green and gold. Peyton Grider also coming out, or rather making a nice play. He's coming out of the ball game, the Grider is. Quincy September in. 1st and 10. Ball near the midfield stripe. Chris Bush, the center, will snap it back to the quarterback, Ragone. The left-hander in the pocket. Throws it down the middle of the football field. Bobbled and caught. A nice catch by Ty Taylor inside the 30 and down to the 22-yard line. Big play right there of 27 yards. It's another 1st and 10 for the Penn Quakers, who are as deep into William and Mary territory as they've been in quite some time.
Yeah, this is the furthest they've been all day long, and that was a really nice throw and catch there by Billy Ragone that Ty Taylor He let him, Ty was full stride, was able to catch it, make a nice play there for the Quakers.
Colsar, the tailback, shotgun formation, Ragone. Got the fullback Schwartz alongside of him to the left side. The Tribe showing a blitz. Here they come. Hand off to Colsar. He's got a nice hole inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Ivan Tago and Jerome Copeland combined to make the stop. But again, we talked about Colsar, a 6-yard pickup there. He's got 67 yards on the ground this afternoon.
He runs hard. His offensive line's doing a nice job creating some holes on the line of scrimmage for him. So when he gets into that secondary or the linebacking core, that second level is what we call it, it's tough to bring that guy down.
Ellis Peru into the ball game as a running back. Colsar will take a break. 2nd down and 4. Fake the handoff to Ellis Peru. Back to pass Ragone as he's hit across the middle of the football field on the right hash mark. Complete. A complete to Ryan Mitchell inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line, and it's 1st and goal, Penn. This Tribe defense, who has pitched a shutout already this year against Rhode Island, trying to do it against Penn, but it is in jeopardy right now as the Quakers have it 1st and 10 on the right hash mark at their 1st and goal, on the right hash mark at the 5-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side. Billy Ragone, the quarterback. 1 receiver to the far side. He'll roll out to the left. Now a little shuttle pass up the middle to Colsar inside the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. Ivan Tago makes the stop for William & Mary. Luke Rhodes was also there, and that's really a heads-up play. Quincy September in on the play as well. But that Tribe defense, that shuffle pass sometimes is hard to detect.
It was a really nice play by Luke Rhodes and Quincy September to have the awareness of where the football was. I mean, I was fully expecting Ragone to throw it down here on the near end of the field over to Ty Taylor in the end zone to go for the touchdown. I was not expecting him to pitch it. Nice job, Tribe defense. 2nd
down and goal. Ragone from under center. 2 men in the backfield. Fullback set to the right. Hand off to Colsar. They'll go to the right side inside the 3, down to the 2. Barries forward to around the 1-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal. Jerome Copeland on the stop. Tribe getting the beef in there, and they're coming back in a hurry. They're already up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and goal from the 1. Quarterback throws it into the end zone. Touchdown. Looked like it was going to be a quarterback handoff and a dive, and they'll go into the end zone with Ryan O'Malley, the tight end. He was wide open. The Tribe kind of sent everybody up the middle, and how can you blame them on a quick play, 3rd down and less than a yard to score, and they score on the 1-yard pass play.
That's definitely a play that you practice. You sucker everyone in, and the Quakers did a nice job executing there.
1-yard pass to O'Malley. Here's the snap. The extra point is up, and it is good. And with 11:20 remaining in the ball game, the score now, William & Mary 21 and Penn 7. 1-yard pass play from Ragone to O'Malley cuts the Tribe lead to 2 TDs. Back after the Penn Quakers will give him that opportunity. Jarrell Cooper is also deep, double sets. Here's the kick by Loftus. It's a high kick taken by Cooper at the 7, out to the 10, 15, gets a block at the 17, and cannot get back to the 20. Gets back to the 19, however, and it's 1st and 10 for William & Mary with 11:14 remaining on a rainy afternoon here at Zabel Stadium.
We thought maybe the rain might let up. It has not. In fact, I think it's been pretty consistent. Completely soaked. All of the Tribe faithful came out today at Zabel Stadium.
Both teams have 2 turnovers. We'll check that. Tribe came in today ranked 2nd in the conference with a +4 turnover margin. I know of a couple of turnovers the Tribe defense is forced, and I think I can remember 2 turnovers the Tribe offense has made. Up under center is Mike Graham. Trey McBride in motion. They'll hand the football off to Trey on the end around to the left side. 30, 35-yard line, and run it out of bounds across the way after a 1st down. A 1st down run on the end around from Trey McBride. He gets out to the 33-yard line, Mr. Official. Move those chains. 1st and 10, William & Mary. Brought to you by Computer Concepts.
Jay, both teams do have 2 turnovers, but William & Mary, and attribute this to the rain, they fumbled the ball 3 times, though only one of them has been lost. And, of course, the Michael Graham interception, his 2nd of the year.
And big-time news, Matt, the Tribe has taken advantage of their turnovers by scoring touchdowns, of their forced turnovers. Graham Fakes the handoff, fumbles the football, ball's on the ground, and it's a pinball at the 26-yard line. Mike Graham was hit. He did not see that man coming from the right side. When he twirled around, there was a Quaker who stripped the ball from him, and the Tribe had no chance.
He twirled around. It almost looked like he was trying to throw the ball into the ground. And, with the weather, he's holding it in one hand out there. It's tough conditions for anyone that has to handle the football, I'm sure. Comes squirting out of his hand, and before any of the other Tribe offensive players can see it, the Quaker defense reacts, and now they've got the ball knocking back on the Tribe's door. It's going to be 1st and 10 on their 26-yard line.
Not only do they have the ball, they've got momentum. The Tribe, very important to keep them off the scoreboard right now. You do not want to dominate this game for 3 quarters and have Penn sneak back in the 4th. Fake of a throw, Ragone will roll out to the left side. He's going to run that football at the 25, chased by September out of bounds at around the 17-yard line. That is a pickup of 8 yards on the quarterback run to the left. That's where Ragone can hurt you so much. He's got a good arm, but he's also got that dual threat ability. He hadn't run a whole lot today, but right now he senses an opportunity for his team to get back in it.
Well, as I mentioned before, he's got 9 different fourth quarter or overtime comeback victories. So the kid knows how to play from behind, and he knows how to do it very well.
Ragone under center. 2nd down and short. They're moving from right to left here in the 4th quarter, the Penn Quakers are. Man in motion is King from left to right. Handoff to Colsar, hit and drop, but not before he scoots forward to the 16-yard line, and it should be a 1st and 10 for Penn, and it is. Jasper Coleman grabbed a hold of Spencer Colsar and dragged him down. Jasper a little bit slow to get off the ground, as a matter of fact, and it's 1st down and 10 at the 15. And right now the athletic training staff, led by Andy Carter and company, out to see what's ailing Jasper.
I think he got a little shot to the midsection there, and he's kind of trying to gather himself and regain his composure. He'd probably have to come out for a play, but wouldn't be surprised if he came back in.
Yep, he is coming out for that play, as you mentioned. The Tribe next Saturday afternoon take on the Maine Black Bears in Orono. Game time 12:30 as the Tribe takes on Maine, a big CAA encounter. Maine put a 60 spot on Delaware last week and beat them. Arguably, boy, word around the league is that Maine may have the best group of football players in this league, and the Tribe takes them on next Saturday afternoon at 12:30. Countdown to kickoff begins at noon. Back to action here. 1st down and 10. There is business to take care of here on this Saturday afternoon before we start thinking of next Saturday afternoon. Ragone under center, fumble the football on the snap, and he gets back on it, Ragone does. And I got to believe, Matt, you have alluded several times to the messy conditions for both these teams. And I just don't think both these teams are too well coached to be fumbling it as much as we've seen. It's got to be the weather.
Well, the elements definitely play a part in it. I mean, that's the 7th fumble today. And, it's consistent rain. It's enough to soak everything. And, anytime the ball is wet and your hands are wet, it makes it a lot easier for these guys to knock it out.
Wide to the right side is Christian Stapleton. Also over there is Mitchell King. Shotgun formation on 2nd and 11. Man to the near side is Countryman. The handoff to the left side is Colsar. He'll fake to the right, dip his head, now move out to the left side, try to get the edge. He's inside the 15 and down to the 11. Ryan Smith comes up with a big stop. Gain of 6 yards, and a late flag goes down. I did not see it.
Looks like we're going to probably more than likely have a personal foul against William & Mary for a late hit. Going to be a Quaker 1st down here, and that's just could be the absolute worst thing to happen to William & Mary right now.
It is an unsportsmanlike conduct play on William & Mary. Jasper Coleman does come back in the ball game, but I mean it gives Penn dead to rights opportunity here against this Tribe defense.
And that's your senior leader. That goes against Jerome Copeland, who's a team leader, not only the leader on the defense, but on the team. And that's just so uncharacteristic of that young man to make that type of mistake this late in the ball game, especially when a Quaker team is threatening knocking on the door again.
At the 6-yard line, far to the right side is Christian Stapleton. Quakers moving from right to left and knocking on the door. There's the snap, handoff on the right side. Colsar inside the 5 and stopped at the 4-yard line. A 2-yard gain for Spencer Colsar. Second down and goal from there. Got to get some great play from that defensive line. That's happened all game long, but it's got to happen again. Big number 96, Steven Sinnott. He'd like to cut through and make a play in the offensive backfield. Ragone under center. He'll fake the handoff. The left-hander back to pass, throwing it to the right side of the field where O'Malley is wide open for the touchdown. In the corner of the end zone, that wasn't particularly lofted, one of those classic lofted plays you see. O'Malley just turned around and found himself wide open, and the big 6'6" junior out of Summit, New Jersey, makes his second touchdown catch in the fourth quarter.
And just like that, Penn's back in the game. William Mary 21. We'll see. Assuming they get this extra point, it'll be just within one possession right now.
7:58 remaining in the ball game. The extra point is up, and it is good. And with 7:58 remaining in the ball game, William and Mary, who had dominated this game for 3 quarters, now they find themselves in a Donnybrook. The score, it's William and Mary 21 and Penn 14. Back after this timeout on the William and Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
Reed started. So another Tribe fumble sets up a good possession for the Quakers. They get their second touchdown of the quarter. We're only 7 minutes into this fourth quarter, and all of a sudden the Quakers have a one-score game, 21-14. The Tribe will get the ball back and try to build to that. And here's where I put my commentator hat on. I think, in my prediction, that they're going to give it to Mikel Abdul-Sabor, who had 13 rushes in the first half, just 3 in the third quarter. Don't be surprised if he carries it a great deal more as the Tribe try to build onto this lead, and they'll certainly have to hold on to the ball. Why not give it to some reliable hands with Abdul-Sabor, as here now the Quakers are set to kick it off, and we'll get it back to Jay and Matt right after this on the Tribe Football Radio and Tribe Athletics TV network.
7:58 remaining. The Tribe's going to get their hands on the football here, leading it 21-14 in this fourth quarter of play. Here's the kick. They kick it away, and that ball bounces past Darrell Cooper and on in and out of the end zone. They kick it away from Trey McBride, so that was game plan 1, certainly for their kicker to kick the ball away from Trey McBride, who's 4th in the country in kickoff returns, Matt Rzanek. But job 1 for William and Mary. You wrote it down to me. Why don't you tell the folks what you wrote down between the break?
There's no secret. We need points. As simple as that. I mean, time and time again, we come into the second half of football games and we just can't seem to score. And we were able to put some points on the board right away our very first possession. It seemed very optimistic, and then all of a sudden we're slowly beginning to implode offensively. So right now, William & Mary needs nothing more than to put 7 points on the board here.
Yeah, it could be quick, it could be slow, but we need some points. Michael Graham under center. According to the Robert Asmar, the tight end moves from right to left. They'll move it. They'll run the ball to the right side where Mikel Abdul-Sabor will get across the 25 and out to the 27-yard line. David Park on the play, the 6'2 senior for the Quakers. After a 3-yard pickup, it's second down and 7.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be anything fancy. It doesn't need to be anything creative. It could be 10 straight handoffs to Mikel Abdul-Sabor for all I care. It just William & Mary needs to move the ball down the field and score some points this possession.
Hart is in. Robert Asmar, the tight end, comes out of the ball game. 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near. Mikel Abdul-Sabor alongside the quarterback Graham, who will go from the shotgun. He'll hand off to Mikel, trying to get the edge on the left. 30, 35. He's got a first down across the 35 and out to the 38-yard line. Mr. Official, move those chains. A huge run for Mikel Abdul-Sabor. That first down brought to you by Computer Concepts.
And that run is definitely the long play for the Tribe this fourth quarter. That long play for the fourth quarter is brought to you by Long & Foster. They cover more real estate than any other realtor in Virginia, and you can reach them at 229-4400.
First and 10, ball marked to the 38-yard line on the left hash mark. We're in the fourth quarter. angling towards the latter part, the Tribe moving from left to right as you gaze into your radio dial. 70 yards from Mikel Abdul-Sabor this afternoon thus far. In motion, they'll pitch back to the right side to Sabor, and he'll get a nice running yard. It's still on his feet across the 43, 45, out to the 47-yard line, a 9-yard run. Brian Wood on the stop, but the fans that are here this afternoon love the hard-driving, hard-running style of Mikel Abdul-Sabor.
Well, when it's raining, the ball's been put on the ground several times, not only by your own players, but the opposing team. You give it to a sure-handed running back, Mikel. Tell him to hold onto the ball and just run as hard as you can, and that's exactly what he's doing.
2nd down and 2 to go. Trey McBride to the far side, to the near side, the tight end. Revel, the handoff to Abdul-Sabor, makes a nice cut at the line of scrimmage. He'll cut to the right at the 43, out to the 48-yard line. Mr. Official, move those chains. Mike Lanning upended Mikel Abdul-Sabor, but another 4 yards to his credit, and it's another 1st and 10 brought to you by Computer Concepts. Sean Ballard in. Robert Asmar will come out for the Tribe. Darnell Laws is in there at the H-back position. 4 straight carries for Abdul-Sabor. Michael Graham from the shotgun formation. They load the left side of the football field, and they'll run it to the right. Mikel Abdul-Sabor trying to get outside, hesitated for a moment. He'll climb inside the 50-yard line into Quaker territory, down to the 47-yard line. A 4-yard pickup for Mikel Abdul-Sabor, who is closing in on 100 yards for William & Mary. 2nd down and 6.
You know, Mikel, you mentioned 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards. He's right there with his average. He averages about 4.6 yards a carry this year. And so, that, I mean, anytime you get 4 yards a pop, that's great. That's what I like to hear. You know, that's 3 carries. That's more than enough for that 10 yards and a 1st down.
Bo Revel, tight end, set to the left side. 2 receivers to the near side. Fetter's one of those, and he's in motion now from right to left. Christian Reeves over here as well, but that time Jarrell Cooper comes in. He slices through a hole inside the 45, down to the 41-yard line. If he gets the 40, he got another 1st down. Give it to him. 1st and 10, William & Mary. A Computer Concepts 1st and 10 for the green and gold. That time Jarrell Cooper took advantage of some nice blocking on that left side.
Nice job up front left side. You got to gear down and just hold on. Don't make any mental mistakes here. Stay on your blocks. Keep your hands in. And running backs, receivers, just hold on to the football. You can't afford to turn the ball over right now.
Ball game brought to you in part by the Cove Restaurant on Strawberry Plains Road. Outstanding lunch and dinner selection. Enjoy their outdoor area, the Cove on Strawberry Plains Road in Williamsburg. 1st and 10. Jarrell Cooper again inside the 40 and slices and kind of dives forward out down to the 37-yard line. A 3-yard run by Jarrell Cooper. The clock is running and the Tribe is gaining ground. Both of those things are good things when you lead 21-14 with 4 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in the game. Trey McBride and Sean Ballard into the game. Kevin Hart and Christian Reeves coming out for the green and gold. And Ballard is far to the left side, and Trey is far to the near side. Jarrell Cooper is the tailback, giving a break to Mikel Abdul-Sabor, who's had a great game. Hand off to Jarrell Cooper with a nice cut up the middle. Inside the 35, inside the 30, and down to the 28. Another 1st and 10 for William & Mary. That time some nice blocking. Looked like it was coming back right, and somehow Jarrell Cooper just cut back to the left and had a huge opening.
Great field awareness, uses the Quakers. Really aggressiveness to his advantage, makes the cut in the opposite direction, allows him to get us a couple extra yards, and then his tight end, Robert Ashmar, down there picking up an extra block downfield.
Jay, you like to call him the Mini Cooper. How about this for a nickname? Bottle Rocket. He was just waiting to the last second and just exploded up that gap.
Yeah, somebody lit the fuse at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Graham under center. There's the snap. He'll hand off again to Jarrell. Nice hole inside the 30, inside the 20, and down to the 19-yard line. A 9-yard run. We'll find out what kind of a day Jarrell Cooper's having in just a moment, but that's an 8-yard run, actually. It's 2nd down and 2.
Well, that time, you know, the Quakers, they're smacking at that ball, trying to really pry it out of there. And Jarrell Cooper did a nice job holding on to it and really just protecting that football right now as they knock on the door for the Quakers.
Well, you'll be getting Coach Jimmy Laycock for the postgame show here in a few minutes, Matt. But Coach Laycock right now not thinking about his conversation with you. He's thinking about what's going on the field. The Tribe on top 21-14. In motion is Zach Fetters from right to left. Jarrell Cooper in the backfield. He'll get the football, trying to bounce outside and trying to really, once he bounced outside, very smart heads-up play by Jarrell. He held onto the football, put that shoulder forward, and tried to dig for that extra half yard for the first down. It's going to be close.
Well, I think they're going to go ahead and give it to him, move the chains here, and now they're going to force the Pennsylvania Quakers into making some decisions here. I mean, do you start burning your timeouts to slow the Tribe down, or do you allow the Tribe to methodically move the ball down the field? I mean, right now it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 19-yard line. William Mary's not going to attempt to score quickly, and so that what they're going to do is eat as much clock as possible and then put points on the board.
Michael Graham, the quarterback. He'll go underneath the center. That's Andrew Jones, by the way, now. Trey McBride is to the near side. Ball marked right smack dab in the middle of the football field of the 17, with the Tribe moving from left to right here late in the fourth quarter. Graham hands the football off to Mikel Abdul-Sabor, trying to get outside. He gets the edge. He's at the 10. He's at the 5, going for the pylon. He is right on the line, did not get in the end zone. He's inside the 1. I thought they were no way they were going to deny Mikel Abdul-Sabor a score there, as I think he just went over the 100-yard mark.
Wow, I thought he got it. I thought he was in there, and, got to give credit. Nice play by the Quakers not to give up on him. Mikel slipped a little bit right there as he was about to make that dive for that pylon, and I think just comes up a tad short here.
Ball at the 1-yard line. Tribe with the 1:54 remaining, trying to salt this game away at home, leading the Quakers 21-14. Handoff, Mikel Abdul-Sabor. He'll walk into the end zone untouched. Touchdown, William and Mary. Mikel Abdul-Sabor scoring for the 3rd time this afternoon, and the Tribe goes on top 27-14.
Jay, how about this? A moment ago when he had that 16-yard rush, he said, I think he's just eclipsed 100. Cruel injustice. That rush put him at only 99. Thankfully, a 1-yard touchdown rush here. He's got 103 ground touchdowns.
Well, that's not a bad day right there. We'll take that. Brent Caprio to hold. John Carpenter to try to put the Tribe on top by 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points with this. Brought to you by Old Point National Bank. The extra point is up, and it is no good. Off to the left. So, with 1:50 remaining in this football game, the score, it is William and Mary 20. Brought to you by the Williamsburg National Golf Course. 2 great golf courses from which to choose, the Yorktown and the Jamestown, as we progress at WNGC.com. Here late in the 4th, here's the kick by Carpenter, and he sends this one deep and out of the end zone. Wow, he nearly made a field goal off to the left. I think he was a little upset that he missed that extra point. Matt, what do you think?
I think so. I mean, I think he's a little excited that the offense drove the ball down the field. 83 yards to really make it very difficult for the Quakers to now mount any type of comeback. But yeah, wow, what a kick.
Ball game brought to you in part by Shorty's Diner, homemade breakfast, lunch, and now great soft ice cream on 2nd Street in Williamsburg. Shorty's Diner, boy, they've got a great menu and some homemade pie that'll knock your socks off. Ragone back to pass, in the pocket. Now going to run that football, 20, 25-yard line, 30, and stopped right there by Ivan Tago. A nice open field tackle. Ivan out of Burtonsville, Maryland. The junior makes a nice stop. And with 1:35 remaining, it's 2nd down and 5, and the Quakers are in a hurry. Ragone throws it out left side. That ball is nearly knocked away by DeAndre Houston Carson, and it was. Nice call by the umpire coming over, who saw it clearly. One official said catch, West. The other said he knocked it away.
Yeah, that was almost a catch. He trapped it on the ground, but the reason that he had to resort to that was because of Houston Carson getting his arm in there, kind of getting in the way of the sight there. That was a running back trying to get a reception there. Kolsar.
3rd down and 5. Figure 2 down territory with the Quakers down by 2 scores. We're going back to pass the football, throwing it over the middle. And, oh my, Luke Rhodes, speaking of middle, the middle linebacker nearly had a pick 6. 2 of his counterparts, Marcus Harvey and Eric Green, 2 linebackers, have already had pick 6s on the year. And Luke Rhodes would have loved to get in the act right there, but it's incomplete. It's 4th down and 5.
He had wide open field after that one, and you saw that, Jay. After it hit both of his hands and went by, he threw his hands in the air as to exclaim, oh, I almost put this game away.
4th down and 5. Tribe on top 27-14 with a minute 21 left. Back to pass Ragone. He'll run it himself. He's got 3, 5 yards and more. He's got a first down at the 45-yard line. Open field tackle by Jerome Copeland. And just stopped him in his tracks, but not before a 17-yard run by the quarterback Ragone. And at the 46-yard line, it's 1st and 10 for Penn. 3 wideouts to the near side and 1 to the far. Billy Ragone back to pass the football, throwing it left side in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Cam Countryman. And it's now 2nd down and 10.
I want to go back to that run by Ragone, Jay. This is a guy, late in the game, obviously they're down by 13 points, but he's still fighting for this. This is twice already on this drive that he has carried the ball, and with a rush rather than slide away from contact, he has gone just straight into it. Hit hard there by Jerome Copeland, and he's still in there firing the ball away.
2nd down and 10. We'll have other CAA scores after this play. Brought to you by, I'll tell you about that in a minute. Ball knocked away, and William & Mary may have it. Again, they knocked the ball away from Ragone. No, not quite. Mike Riley signaled to try ball, but big Jasper Coleman nearly came up with his 3rd fumble recovery of the year for him, and but not so. This scores report brought to you by the Carefree Boat Club on the web at carefreeboats.com. It's better than owning the Carefree Boats, Carefree Boat Club in Williamsburg. Scores from around the country, well, or rather actually around the CAA. Wes, so what do you got?
In Harrisonburg, the Dukes are now on top of Richmond 28-9. And we've just gotten underway. Colgate Raiders scoreless against the Stony Brook Seawolves. The late game in the conference is going to be Towson and Villanova. That game on NBC Sports Network tonight starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Yeah, next weekend, the Tribe takes on the Maine Black Bears. Maine off this week, and I think Rob Turner, the sports information director for football, tells me that 3 weeks in a row the Tribe has an opponent who had a previous week off. Kind of odd scheduling there. Sometimes it works out for the best, sometimes not so. But again, Maine has this week off. Back to pass goes Ragone. Ball tipped up in the air, and it's caught. Ball nearly intercepted. Ball tipped by Tyler Clater, who's had a nice game up front, but got caught by the Penn receiver. I think it was Kolsar. But now it's 4th down and 14. That play only went for about 4 yards.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for the Tribe defense, especially after big Tyler Clater, that was caught by the Quakers. But thankfully for the Tribe, it was 3rd and 17, so not a lot of damage done there.
ACC, Clemson on top of Boston College, 16-14 in the 4th quarter. Maryland leading Virginia 20-16 at the end of 3 quarters. Syracuse on top of North Carolina State 10-7. Duke Blue Devils all over the Navy Midshipmen 35-7. That's a final. Hokies won today, a final score beating Pittsburgh 19-9. And later on tonight, Georgia Tech is at Brigham Young. So that's the ACC scoreboard. Here, William & Mary on top 27-14 with just 46 seconds remaining. It would appear the Tribe will earn their 4th win of the year today versus Penn. Ragone back to pass. 4th down over the middle, complete, 1st down. He gets away from a tackler, Ryan Mitchell, inside the 50, inside the 40, all the way down to the 37-yard line. 39 seconds remaining, and the Quakers have one more timeout. You figure they go to the end zone here pretty quickly, but Ragone's going to go short, and the ball's knocked away by Ryan Smith. Cameron Countryman, the intended receiver. Ryan Smith with a big hit there. And it's now 2nd down and 10 with just 29 seconds remaining.
The best news for the Quakers in this drive, at least, is that the clock has stopped moving. They had to resort to running a couple times, and that 4th down conversion was a huge play, but they lost about 20 seconds with the clock ticking away. Now less than 30 in the game, and they still have about 40 yards. And remember, if they score, they would have to score again.
Rain is coming down more so than it has all afternoon, blowing from left to right as the Penn Quakers go from right to left. Over the middle, complete to Countryman, inside the 20 to the 15, and Jerome Copeland bear hugs him down and around the 11-yard line. 21 seconds remaining in the football game.
Countryman had a good move there to get those extra 7 or 8 yards on the play, and Copeland got an extra burst of speed, was able to come up from behind and knock him down inbounds, and the clock ticks now less than 15.
Ragone back to pass, going to the 5-yard line. Ball incomplete at around the 2. Ty Taylor was the intended receiver. And now with 10 seconds remaining in this football game, it's pretty much evident the Tribe's going to win this game, but they're struggling here in the fourth quarter. The Penn Quakers have scored twice to make a game out of it. The Tribe had a beautiful drive of 83 yards to, at that point in time, we felt, put the nail in the coffin. But right now, Penn at the 11-yard line and 10 seconds to play to try to pull within one score. Billy Ragone go to the left side, now back to the right. Now nobody to throw it to. He'll just throw that one away, hit the goal post, and goes out of the end zone. And now 3 seconds remaining in this football game. And now their coaching staff, Al Bagnoli, the veteran coach for the Penn Quakers, calls their final timeout. Tribe has a week to prepare for the Maine Black Bears, one of the top teams in this league, one of many teams in the top 20 in FCS football. Next Saturday afternoon, 12:30, the Tribe taking on the Maine Black Bears, and we'll have the pregame show beginning at noon along the network.
Jay, if I may, we've been saying some scores from the ACC, obviously the CAA, and the top 25 of the FBS. How about this from the Mountain West? As long as I've got a microphone, I'm going to say the score. Wyoming just got a touchdown. They lead New Mexico 31-24 10 minutes ago in that fourth quarter. The Cowboys, Jay.
The Wyoming Cowboys, your alma mater.
My alma mater.
Of course, I've not seen a degree, but
I
the place
am
you went to
educated.
school anyway. 3rd down and 10 at the 12-yard line. 3 seconds remaining. Final play of the game for the Tribe, leading 27-14 over the Quakers of Penn. Colsar wide to the right side. Everybody out in a formation. 3 receivers to the near. Back to pass over the middle, complete to Colsar, and taken down immediately by Jerome Copeland. And he ends this ball game with a nice stick, and the Tribe wins it 27-14. So a well-earned win for William & Mary. The final score today was William & Mary 27 and the Quakers of Penn 14. Post-game show to follow on this, the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network. All right.
Okay, this will be